Friday night here in Milwaukee. The Tailgaters getting ready for the start of the final long homestand of the season. Hard to believe. Mid-September, the Brewers are trying to play their way into October, and tonight they welcome in the Pittsburgh Pirates for the start of a 3-game set. And a look at all-star outfielder and MVP candidate Christian Yelich, and a look at the NL Central standings. The Brewers just a game and a half back of the Chicago Cubs, with a strong lead over the Cardinals and holding off the Pittsburgh Pirates as well. And as we get ready for game one, here's a look at tonight's starters. For the Pirates, it'll be Chris Archer, a quality start for him in his last start against the Marlins at PNC Park. And for Gio Gonzalez, just his second start for the Brewers, but it was a strong debut for him. He gave up just 1 run in 5 2/3 innings against the Giants. Good evening, everyone. Sophia Minert here at Miller Park, and the Brewers are certainly trying to right the record against the Pittsburgh Pirates, a team that they've struggled against so far in the division. They've won just 4 out of the 13 matchups so far, but the way that the Brewers have been playing lately, certainly a sign of encouragement. They're saving their best baseball for the best time of the season here in mid-September. So look at some series storylines. They have won 7 straight series. They've gone 15-6 over their last 21 games. That's the best record in the National League, looking to continue that here tonight as they welcome in the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the last time they faced Chris Archer here at Miller Park on August 26th, they were able to chase him early, handed him a loss with 6 earned runs on 7 hits in just 4 innings, looking to duplicate that success against Chris Archer here tonight. And the Brewers pitchers have saved their best here for this postseason push. They're 2-0 for team earned run average in the last 6 games. They continue to strike out the Chicago Cubs, taking 2 out of 3 against the Cubs at Wrigley Field, and looking to continue their success here against the Pirates lineup. So when we come back, we'll take a look at Gio Gonzalez, his Brewers debut just a week ago against the Giants. Brian Anderson and Bill Schroeder will preview Gio's second start here coming up next. Milwaukee Brewers
hang with the best of them and pitch, you know, on big league level. So for me, it was a step to the right direction, something exciting, and being in this organization, being around such great, talented teams, I'm just happy that I can do something.
Those were the words of Gio Gonzalez after his first start. Now he's ready to make his second start as a member of the Milwaukee Brewers. He picked up a win last Saturday against the San Francisco Giants, and he'll have a division rival tonight in the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hi, everybody. Brian Anderson along with Bill Schroeder. You know, the additions of Zach Davies and Gio Gonzalez, two pitchers that are now back in the Brewers rotation, means this guy's talking a lot about the changeup. Two guys that bring the changeup quite often.
Yeah, tough pitch to throw for strikes, tough pitchers for hitters to recognize and get the barrel of the bat on, and no more evident than Gio Gonzalez first start as the Brewers. He kind of feels energized being back in a pennant race, and with Gio Gonzalez all about throwing strikes with a changeup. You see all the changeups that he threw, most of them for strikes. He got a lot of swings and misses. As long as he's able to get that pitch over the confines of the plate, get it down the zone, he's going to get some swings and misses. It's going to be important for the Pirates, to be able to throw that pitch effectively, because there are a lot of fastball hitters in that Pirates lineup.
Yeah, the Pirates a much better lineup than the Giants. Hopefully Gio Gonzalez can keep that home cooking going at Miller Park. The Brewers and the Buccos. Game one of this three-game series coming up next on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Arcia in the right field, base hit, throw to the plate, and the Brewers win! And Yelich, a shot, picked up by Bryant, steps on the bag at third, throw to first, not in time, and the Brewers win! Scope launches one left field, it is gone! A grand slam! Been some magical moments at Miller Park already this year, and hoping for more down the stretch. 9 games left in this ballpark in the regular season. The Brewers ready for their final 15 of the season on a picture-perfect night in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Great to have you with us. Brian Anderson, Bill Schroeder, and Sophia Minnaert. Tonight's game being produced by Brent Breland, directed by Adam Bryant III. There's Clint Hurdle and the Pirates. As Sophia chronicled, this is a team that the Brewers have struggled against this year. They are 9-4 against Milwaukee. That includes a 5-game sweep earlier in the season, right before the All-Star break. Potawatomi batting order for Clint Hurdle tonight. Pablo Reyes will lead off. Starling Marte hits second, then Jordan Luplow. In the middle it is Francisco Cervelli, Josh Bell, and Jose Osuna. Josh Harrison, Jordy Mercer, and Chris Archer will round out the starting 9. And the Potawatomi lineup for the Pirates. Here is Gio Gonzalez, start number 2, second home start, back in the same uniform in which he pitched the Brewers to a win against the Giants.
Yeah, he was outstanding his first time with the Brewers. He had 9 days in between starts after the trade. You know, from Washington, overall 28 appearances. He got an 8-11 record, a 440 earned run average. Outstanding last time against the Giants, 5 2/3, no runs.
Gio ready to go. Pablo Reyes will lead off, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, and away we go. Pablo Reyes making his second consecutive start for Pittsburgh. And a little flare into left center field is going to fall for a base hit. And the speedy Reyes is aboard. Coming off a 2-hit game against St. Louis on Wednesday. Cardinals hung on, or rather the Pirates hung on to win that game against St. Louis, which allowed the Brewers to pick up a game on the Cardinals, who are right on their heels. Pirates and the Brewers both enjoyed an off day yesterday. The Cubs did win their game in Washington, D.C. yesterday, their makeup game. So the Brewers start play today a game and a half back in the NL Central as Starling Marte flies to right. Back on the track is Yelich. And there is out number 1.
Yep, attacking early. The Pirates like the fastball. Pretty good fastball hitters. So that changeup's going to be an important pitch for Gonzalez, as it normally is. That pitch sets up everything else for Gio. Let's check out the defense for the Brewers. You got Braun, Kane, and Yelich in the outfield. Moustakas, Jonathan Scope at short. It's been a while for Scope. Hadn't played short in a while. Shaw at second. Aguilar at first, and Manny Pena behind home plate.
Yeah, talking to Craig Counsell today, he likes Scope at the shortstop position today, mostly for what he has done at the plate against Chris Archer. He's hit 3 home runs against the Pirates starter this year. There's a strike to Jordan Luplow. Pirates have a lot of young players in their lineup at the top, with Reyes at age 25 and Jordan Luplow at age 24. No Gregory Polanco. He is out for the rest of the season at shoulder surgery. Polanco was a Brewer killer this year, so that is no loss for the Brewers. They are glad that he is not in that lineup every day, but the Pirates sitting there a game under 500 at 72 and 73. And a swing and a miss by Luplow.
Yeah, there was a point right around the All-Star break where the Pirates felt as though they could make a run, you know, not at a wild card berth, maybe even a division, but things have turned around in a negative way for Clinton Hurdle's club. Pitching's been good. They've been very inconsistent swinging the bats.
Pirates rotation has a major league best 2.75 ERA in the month of September. This is a formidable ball club despite their record at 1 game under 500. And as I mentioned, a team that has given the Brewers fits all year. Brewers had a series win against the Pirates last time they came through Milwaukee. Matter of fact, the Brewers have won 7 consecutive series. Coming into this one, a 3-gamer against the Pirates.
Just got to continue that. You know, it'd be nice to get sweeps. Just win series. They're able to pick up a sweep in that 7-game or 7-series stretch. That was against the Giants.
It was the last week of August that the Pirates were here. Might remember the Brewers won that thrilling 15-inning game. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Gonzalez.
Let's check out our Pizza Ranch for the win tonight. Let's talk about Chris Archer first of all. You got to make him get that sinker up in the strike zone. He's got a pretty good 2-seamer, so early in the count, get that pitch up, and you have to lay off that slider. He throws a lot of sliders out of the strike zone. And for Gio, very simple. Locate the changeup. That pitch sets up everything else for him.
Makes that 89-mile-an-hour fastball something that the hitters will chase, as Luplow just did. Two gone for Francisco Cervelli. And there is the change, a beauty. Cervelli, a first ball swinger way out in front.
Most of the time that pitch is going to be out of the strike zone. It's got good tail to it, going away from right-handers. It's going to be nothing but right-handed bats facing Gio Gonzalez in this game.
No balls and a strike on the Pittsburgh catcher. Last time we saw the Pirates in late August, Cervelli started 2 games at first base in that series. He did play 4 games at first base. The Pirates lost all 4 games he played at first base. I'm not saying he deserves all the blame for that.
Well, one of the reasons probably Josh Bell not playing, right? I mean, he wasn't swinging the bat last time the Pirates were here.
And Bell is back in there tonight, switch hitting first baseman. 1-1 pitch. Cervelli takes a ball. 2-1. Pirates trading away some pieces right before the waiver trading deadline, which was August 31st. Traded David Freese to the Dodgers. Danny Echeverria was traded to the Yankees. There's a strike, 2-2.
There's that 89-mile-an-hour fastball right on the inside corner. Back of your mind, you're always thinking changeup against this guy.
You notice Gio Gonzalez pitching with a little more tempo. It's one of the areas that the Brewers have been working with him on in his time in Milwaukee. He had gone 9 days between starts. He had 9 full days off from his last start as a Washington National and his first start as a Brewer against the Giants last weekend. He goes on his 6th day today, so he's had 5 full days of rest. And maybe more than anything else, just the rest and the time to settle in with the new ball club has helped him. Gio Gonzalez is hoping for a 1-month push here to turn his season around, knowing he got new life with a team in contention in a pennant race.
And very important starts that he's making for Milwaukee.
He'll be a free agent at season's end as well. 3-2 the count. Runner takes off and Cervelli draws the walk. That'll put 2 on with 2 away for Josh Bell. Josh Bell was struggling so mightily at the plate last time through here. Glenn Hurdle had him on the bench a couple of games. It's been a little different story lately. He's hot now. Last 5 games he has 8 hits, 8 for 17 at the plate with 2 doubles and 2 home runs.
Yep, switch hitter is going to be batting right-handed against Gonzalez.
Bell missed some time with an oblique strain right at the end of July. Missed 9 games. He's up there with 2 on and 2 away, and Bell takes a ball high, another fastball.
And see, Gonzalez likes to work the edges of the strike zone. He doesn't like to try and get too much of the plate, although he has gotten a lot of the plate on a couple of his pitches today. He's not paid for it.
Got a speedy runner at second in Reyes, and Bell takes a ball. Wouldn't bite.
Not missing by much, is he, in a lot of these pitches, but the Pirates very patient. I think that frustrates a guy like Gonzalez, who's trying to work the edges and just a little bit off. He's not getting any swings. It can be frustrating for a guy.
Home plate umpire tonight, Nick Lentz. 2-1, a hitter's count for Bell. Some stress pitches early for Gonzalez. Now Bell asked for it and is granted time. They're always looking for that nice, easy jump start inning, something to get you through it, or you don't have to go deep into the well. That is not the case here in this first inning against the Pirates. A dangerous hitter at the plate. Bell lays off again. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, Gio Gonzalez talking to himself out there. You can see getting frustrated, not getting swings on those pitches. Those were swings that he was getting against the Giants. Much different offense.
Makes you wonder if the Pirates have picked something up on Gonzalez. Something out of the hand, maybe a quirk in his delivery, maybe a sign from second base. There's a fastball right by him. 3-2. Both of the strikes have been on the fastball. And the payoff pitch. In there, a called strike 3. Found the lot on that one. Dropped that changeup right at the bottom of the zone. Bell watched it go by, and Gio Gonzalez out of the first inning. His new arsenal of personnel that includes Curtis Granderson. 3rd full season as the manager. Counsell trying to take the Brewers to the postseason for the first time. He has played in the postseason for the Brewers twice, and now trying to take him there as a skipper. His batting order courtesy of Potawatomi tonight. Lorenzo Cain, Christian Yelich, and Jesus Aguilar at the top. Shaw, Braun, and Moustakas in the middle. And then Counsell has Scope, Pena, and Gonzalez rounding out the starting 9. That will face right-hander Chris Archer.
And Archer, a trading deadline acquisition by the Pirates. He's having a pretty good month of August, or I should say September. 2 no decisions, 12 innings, only 4 runs. Those 2 starts came against the Braves and the Marlins.
Cain leads away. First pitch up and in. Lorenzo comes in batting .314. He is making a run at a potential batting title. He's 2nd in the league starting play today. Scooter Gennett of the Reds hitting .321. And then you've got Cain at .314, Yelich at .313. Brewers have 2 of the top 3 hitters as far as batting average in the National League. Cain had a monster series against the Cubs. 8 hits and 14 at-bats, including a 4-for-5 night in the opener on Monday.
He just continues to get on base. I mean, walks, base hits. He and Yelich consistent all season.
Cain had a couple of defensive gems in that series as well.
You see Archer, not a hard thrower. He relies on good movement, gets synced on his fastball, throws a lot of sliders. 2nd time he's faced the Brewers since joining the Pirates. Brewers jumped on him his first time out here at Miller Park.
It's almost like he holds those big fastballs back until he really needs them. That's been one of the knocks on Archer, is that he will go at about 80%, going for more control
and movement. And then you get a little bit more movement. You don't try and overthrow, and that's his game. You know, sinker, slider.
He came out last time against the Brewers throwing 96 miles an hour with a slider that was 89, 90. And the Brewers put a 6 spot on him in that game. That's his bread and butter right there, that slider. Cain able to lay off it.
And that's the pitch right there the Brewers need to lay off of, that slider out of the strike zone. 2 strikes. He's going to do it all night.
Cain's got him in a full count, and a slider is fouled away. Cain will tell you his nemesis pitch his entire career has been a well-placed slider, but that goes for a lot of hitters. Cain's unique ability is he can foul them off.
I don't think anybody really likes a well-placed slider.
3-2. Cain shoots one to right, base hit. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat, Lorenzo Cain keeps on hitting.
Yeah, that's what he does. I mean, 2 strikes, he fouls off tough pitches. Gets a fastball, thinking right field all the time. And we talked about Gio Gonzalez being a bit frustrated in the first inning. I think that Arcia was frustrated that Cain was able to stay alive on those breaking pitches. I think a lot of swings and misses, check swings for strikes on those sliders that Cain was able to get a piece of. Able to fight one off, hit one hard into right.
So Cain, a base stealing threat at first, currently 4th in the National League with 27 steals, with Yelich at the plate. What a tandem these two have been, Cain and Yelich. He's having a chat with Matt Arnold, the Brewers assistant general manager, on the field before the game. And I was praising him and David Stearns for going out and making these deals this offseason. But these two have been better than advertised, and they were advertised pretty heavily.
Yeah. They came in with big credentials, but it's not often that 2 guys come over with expectations and they both exceed them. And they have every aspect of the game. That's why the Brewers are in the position they're in.
Arnold was raving about these two players off the field as well. Their presence in the clubhouse, in the dugout, with the community, doing everything you could want from a ball player. Both under contract for a while. Cain just signed a free agent deal, a 4-year contract. And of course, Yelich already under contract with the Miami Marlins when he was acquired. That's one of the reasons the Brewers gave up as much as they did. 4 players, all prospects, including their top overall prospect in Lewis Brinson. Came at a cost. Yelich comes in with an OPS of .932. He's top 5 in a lot of major categories in the National League. OPS, he's 4th in the NL. Cain's got a big lead at first. And Yelich takes a ball.
Just missed 95, cranking it up a little bit with 2 strikes. And hits total bases, so that means he's not just hitting dribblers into the outfield. He's got some slugging percentage attached to all those hits, batting average, runs.
2-2 the count. The other thing these two do, Cain and Yelich, and they will flip-flop in the lineup occasionally as well. Yelich has hit leadoff some this year, but they will get into a lot of deep counts. They see a ton of pitches per plate appearance. So here is Chris Archer, 13 pitches into his start tonight, does not have an out yet. He's got a runner at first and a 2-2 count on Yelich. He went 3-2 on Cain. Can be maddening for a pitcher to try to get through an order. And now it's 3-2 on Yelich.
And they don't swing out of the zone all that often. So you wonder if Cain's going to take off. Francisco Cervelli has been tremendous in throwing out base stealers. He's throwing out runners at a 45% clip this year. That's pretty good. 19 out of 42. A run with caution with that guy behind home plate.
Well, he wants the slider, be a good pitch to run on. And Kane takes off, and Yelich hits one in the air to center field. On the run is Marte. He is at the wall, and there she goes! Two-run blast! Christian Yelich. Number 29 on the year. And the Brewers strike quickly tonight against Chris Arcia.
Incredible power for that guy. Breaking pitch. Off the batter's eye. Here it is. Slider down the middle, 87 miles an hour, and Arcia knew it right away as soon as he heard contact. Kane knew it too. He slowed down. Home run number 29 for Yelich. Powerball home run count. And inching closer to that 100 RBI spot. And that was run number 100 for Yelich that he scored.
He is up there in rarefied air right now. Christian Yelich, by all means, an MVP frontrunner. That is his 11th home run in the last 26 games. 29 bombs now, 88 runs batted in. As Aguilar takes a ball low, and it's 2-0. And those two at the top of the batting order, getting into full counts, deep counts, and Arcia giving him all he had. And finds himself behind 2-0 quickly.
Yep, slider down. Yelich knocks it out. He's already thrown 16 pitches. No outs in the first. Make that 17 pitches. 2-0 count to Aguilar.
Francisco Cervelli
jumping on him a little bit, it looked like.
That was a one-way conversation with the fiery Pirate catcher.
Sometimes that's what it takes. I mean, you got to know your pitcher. What do you have to do to get the most out of him? And you saw what Cervelli was doing with Arcia there. That was not how you doing. How's the family?
2 balls, no strikes on Aguilar. And a fastball strike right on the edge. Gaudy numbers for Jesus. He's been in a bit of a slump lately. Had the day off on Wednesday from the starting lineup. Stuck on 97 RBIs. His last RBIs were the big one against the Giants on September 7th. He's only had 4 RBIs in the month, but the 2 he had last Friday against the Giants proved to be a game winner.
Yeah, game of averages. I mean, you're going to go up. There's going to be ups and downs throughout the year. He really didn't have any downs in the first half of this season. A little bit more of a challenge for him in the second half, but still the numbers are there.
Got a chance to drive in 100 this year. 31 home runs, 97 runs batted in. And Aguilar gets jammed a little bit, coming in Marte. And there is the first out of the inning for Chris Arcia.
We talk about the importance of Yelich and Kane and what they have provided this year. If Aguilar didn't do what he did in the first half, the Brewers wouldn't be in this spot.
That's a great point.
No doubt.
Travis Shaw's in our BP Brighter picture. Most home runs against right-handed pitching in the National League. Travis Shaw tied with Rhys Hoskins of the Phillies. One better than Matt Carpenter. Bryce Harper at 25. 28 home runs on the year. Last time Yelich homered, Shaw homered as well. And he'd love to do a little tango with Christian Yelich. Yelich has passed Shaw now in the home run totals. By the way, Christian Yelich, you mentioned the 100 runs, Rock. The last time a Brewer scored 100 runs was 2012. That was Ryan Braun. And until Shaw drove in 100 last year, that had been the last 100 RBI season as well. Now Shaw into deep right field. That's got a chance to fly, and this one is gone. Travis Shaw does it again. Number and it's 3-0 Brewers right out of the gates.
Well, he did do the tango. Well done. It's either a change-up or a slider, something off speed. There it is, a change-up. Down the middle of the plate, and Shaw able to get out in front of it, hooks it out of here into the Pirate bullpen. Stayed on that one nicely, elevated it, and knocked it out of here. So another big inning for the Brewers against Chris Arcia.
2 home runs, 3-0 Milwaukee. Still just 1 out, and here is Ryan Braun. 25 pitches into the first inning, and it's looking like a short start for Chris Arcia. Braun, chopper up the middle, ranging over is Mercer, and there is out number 2. Two gone for Arcia, with Mike Moustakas coming up. One of his nemesis from his last start against the Brewers here at Miller Park. Moustakas hit a key home run against Arcia.
And Moustakas and Pena in that inning. A couple of 2-run homers.
And a 6 spot in late August. Moustakas has hit a couple of home runs against the Pirates this year. Coming over at the trade deadline from the Royals. 4 hits, 2 homers, 4 RBIs against the Pirates in a small sample size this season. Very different looking ball club than the Brewers were when they got swept in a 5-game series in Pittsburgh right before the All-Star break.
Added a ton of veterans. And the guys that have been coming up big in this pennant race.
That home run Moustakas hit off of Arcia at the end of August right here at Miller Park was his first career homer against him. He's 2 for 12 lifetime against Arcia. Both of these players spending their careers in the American League until recent trades. Arcia coming from the Tampa Bay Rays. One guy that's faced him a lot is Jonathan Scope, who is on deck playing for the Baltimore Orioles. Those two had a lot of matchups against one another. 2-2 the count on Moustakas, and a strikeout to end the inning. A 31 pitch inning, and the Brewers put 3 on the board. Christian Yelich making an MVP run this year. His 29th, a 2-run blast to center field, and then Travis Shaw matches him, number 29 for Shaw, and it's a 3 spot for Milwaukee early. For a 30 home run season. Yelich and Shaw go deep in the first, and a 3-0 lead in support of Gio Gonzalez as we start inning number 2 now. Jose Osuna will lead off for the Pirates. Osuna, Josh Harrison, Jordy Mercer, first 3 scheduled to hit, and Gonzalez misses on the edge. He's been hovering around that outside corner already tonight. Did get a call at the bottom of the zone to strike out Josh Bell. The Pirates stranded 2 in the first.
You know, he's not a guy that's going to give in and start throwing the baseball down the heart of the plate. I mean, that's just not his game. He's going to continue to work the edges, the bottom part of the strike zone, and he's going to live and die doing that.
3-0 to Osuna, and that's ball 4. He walked him on 4 straight. Leadoff walk after the Brewers score 3. Those shutdown innings, so important, especially this time of year. Let's check in with Sophia Minard. She's got a little more on the newest Brewer, Gio Gonzalez.
Yeah, I spoke with him about his last start, his Brewers debut here on Saturday against the Giants, and he said really it was just a sign of relief to get out there again. He said he's just trying to do everything possible to showcase that he can still hang at this level. He said, I know I can still compete and pitch at this level, so it was just a relief for him to turn in that kind of outing, 5 2/3 of 1-run ball. And he said the changeup was such a good pitch for him that day. He said it's a confident pitch for him, and he said that Manny Pena did a great job behind home plate in that start, just trying to work in that pitch as much as he could along with the curveball and the fastball. And he says if I can use it, I know that it can work well against these hitters.
Well, Gio Gonzalez has been in a postseason pennant race environment before, certainly with the Washington Nationals. He has made postseason appearances dating back to the 2012 season. He pitched for the Nationals, made 2 starts in the division series of 12, made a start in the division series in 2014, and then last year made 2 starts in the division series against the Cubs. So, Rock, he has 6 career postseason starts. The numbers aren't great. There have been some great moments in there, but a postseason ERA which is higher than he would like. It's at 4.78. And I think rejuvenated by his new team, new surroundings, and frankly a new set of eyes on his mechanics, on his pitching style in Derek Johnson, the Brewers pitching coach.
Well, again, this guy has a pedigree of winning. I mean, he was a double-digit winner with the Nationals just about every season. 21-8 in 2012. An outstanding work out of Gonzalez, and again, I mean, he's been energized by being back in a pennant race. It's one of those things where walks have haunted him this year.
There's a swing and a miss. He comes right after Harrison. Strikes him out on 3 pitches. So a 4-pitch walk to start the inning. Now a 3-pitch strikeout. 1 away in the second.
Yeah, but it's a curveball this time. Good location down in the strike zone. You want to hang that pitch. Gives a hitter an opportunity to foul it off. And you leave it up and in. Might hit out of the ballpark, but 76 at the knees. Pretty good pitch.
That's the arsenal of Gio Gonzalez. Heavy on the changeups. Heavy on the curveballs. So essentially half the pitches you're going to see are off-speed pitches.
And pitches in the 70s and low 80s.
Jordy Mercer, talented Pirates shortstop, one of the more underrated players in the big leagues. He's been hitting 8th in that Clint Hurdle lineup for a long time now.
Another guy that has had good success against Milwaukee. A guy that was not facing the Brewers in that 5-game series at Pittsburgh. He was hurt.
Mercer had a calf strain. Missed 11 games. Two balls and a strike. In a situation like this, the pitcher on deck try to get a double play ball, get out of this inning, and have the pitcher lead off if you're getting greedy. But you just don't want to serve up a damage pitch with a guy like Mercer who's got some pop. That's why he's hitting in front of the pitcher. Clint Hurdle's always liked a power hitter in the 8th spot in the batting order.
Yeah, and that's when he's done his the big damage against Milwaukee. Just when you think you're getting out of an inning, Jordy Mercer was going to drive one into the gap somewhere. And with men on base. Good contact hitter. Doesn't strike out a whole lot.
Three and two the count. And a high fly ball into right center field. Long run for Kane. And he leaps and he makes the catch. Throw to first, not in time. The catch is worth the price of admission. Lorenzo Cain has done it again. Just give him a gold glove.
Yeah, he's something else. It just makes it look so easy. Kind of drifting back. He's measuring that jump to the wall and may or may not have saved a home run. Certainly saved an extra base hit. As smooth as silk out there in center field. He's already measuring it. He knows where he is on the warning track. Perfectly timed his leap, and he might have taken one back.
I think he might have. It had been close. It might have hit the top of the wall. Either way, it's an out. It's a big one. And Lorenzo Cain showing up every day now, delivering highlight reel performances.
He just gets back there so quickly. He gets a good jump on that baseball and is able to get there and pretty much jump straight up. Incredible skills.
You know, Lorenzo doesn't have the big RBI numbers, but he certainly has to be in the discussion in the MVP talk as well for what he has meant to this ball club. The defensive run saved alone. He is up there. He is the top National League player in the WAR stat, the wins above replacement. He's number one. However much stock you put in the WAR stat. And many put a lot of stock in it. This is right back to Gonzalez, and he's going to get out of this inning and take a bow. Lorenzo Cain. He's been doing it all year. And when it shows up in a pennant race, you put 2 stars on it. Measures one perfectly. Pulls it back. And Gio Gonzalez, at tip of the cap, works another scoreless inning. Defense, and we're only in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Chris Archer back on the mound. Jonathan Schoop ready to lead off. He is in our AARP spotlight tonight. Schoop against Archer in his career is a .389 hitter. That's 14 hits and 36 at-bats in his career. 6 homers, 3 of those this season. So Schoop gets the start and plays shortstop. We thought maybe the Schoop at shortstop experiment had run its course.
Not with numbers like that.
Talked to Craig Counsell today. He goes, well, we still like him out there occasionally, but it really depends on the matchups on the mound, and this is his most favorable matchup, and so Schoop does get the start at shortstop today.
Crazy numbers. 14 hits, 6 of them homers. Yeah, you better play him.
Jonathan Schoop comes in hitting .235. This is for the full season combined with his numbers with the Orioles. .235, 21 home runs, 59 runs batted in. But his last home run, which was his 4th as a Brewer, might be one of the biggest home runs of the season. That was a grand slam off of Madison Bumgarner and the Giants last Sunday, when the Brewers were down 2-1 in the 6th inning. The Brewers would go on to sweep that series. Now wave and a miss. Archer strikes him out on a big slider. Out number 1, strikeout number 2 for Chris Archer. When this guy gets it going, he is as tough as any pitcher in the big leagues.
Yeah, that slider, big, sweeping, breaking pitch. I mean, it's more like one of those curve balls that doesn't have a whole lot of tilt on it. Kind of a cross between a slider and a curve ball, the way it breaks. I mean, normally a slider's not going to break that much.
Facing Manny Pena now with one away. Chris Archer was very close to becoming a Brewer. Brewers were heavy in trade discussions, it was rumored, with Chris Archer going back to the offseason of last season. Pena drives one right center, and that one's going to get down. A one-hopper off the fence. Manny Pena on his way to second. He's in with a double. The Brewer catcher getting into the act here in the 2nd inning.
He homered against Archer back at Miller Park. First time these two hooked up. This time taking a fastball, driving it into the gap out there in right center, staying back nicely. And four-seamer down the middle, and Manny didn't try and pull it. Drives one out there in the right center. These catchers continue to swing the bat pretty well. Some production at the bottom of the batting order.
Both handle their business defensively extremely well, Pena and Eric Kratz, and providing a little punch here lately. That'll give Gio Gonzalez a chance to drop a bunt down. Gonzalez does have 3 hits this year, all coming in Washington. Not showing bunt, takes a strike. 3 for 46 on the year. He'd like to get that batting average on the interstate before the season ends.
Take a lot of hitting.
No balls and a strike. 0-2 the count. He's got the big brace, the protective gear on his throwing arm. Left-handed thrower, right-handed hitter. No balls, 2 strikes. So not bunting. Gonzalez up there to try to drive in a run.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
9 times out of 10, you're going to see a pitcher up there to bunt, get a man at third. Let him swing away. Why not?
And down he goes. 3rd strikeout for Archer.
Hey, the Brewers' push for the postseason continues with 2 more games against these Pirates at Miller Park. Well, tomorrow evening and Sunday afternoon, great seats are still available for both games. Go to Brewers.com/tickets today. Big games at Miller Park in mid to the end of September. What more can you ask for?
They got a great crowd on hand tonight. Hope you'll make plans to be with us for these final 9 home games of the regular season. Brewers are certainly hoping there is more baseball at Miller Park past the regular season. They're in good shape right now, the top wild card team, and a game and a half back of the Cubs for the division race. So breaking ball strike to Lorenzo Cain.
The Cubs are playing a night game tonight at Wrigley Field against the Reds. Initially on the schedule was a day game, but they moved it to a night game at Wrigley.
Now that's part of the Wrigleyville agreement, that they are prohibited from playing night games on Fridays. They were able to get it moved. Cain bounces to Mercer, and a close play at first, but Cain is retired. Brewers come up empty in the second. Did get a double from their catcher Pena. 3-0 Milwaukee.
And just continues to make great catches out there. This time saving a run. Statcast AI powered by AWS. You can see how far he goes for this baseball, 110 feet. And the probability that ball is going to be caught, 26%. Lorenzo's saying, not today.
What was that on the rockability catch percentage? I know yours is a little different than Statcast.
A little less than that, maybe 15%. Your average big leaguer is not going to get that good at jump on that baseball. The fact that he plays relatively shallow for a center fielder and is still able to make plays like that tells you why he deserves a Gold Glove. He's equally good going in on a baseball, taking away a base hit, and very good going back, as you can tell. It's all about that first step.
What a return to Milwaukee, the team that drafted him, brought him to the big leagues in 2010, then traded him in the Zach Greinke deal, only to return in 2018. That gives you an idea how shallow he plays in center field. Pablo Reyes starting it for the Pirates. He reached on a single his first time up, had a little flare into left center.
Stayed back enough on the change up, dump it into center.
Making his 4th start as a Pirate. He's played in 7 games. 25-year-old from the Dominican Republic. One of the September call-ups for the Pirates. And he's getting a good long look here. Kind of grooming Reyes to be a super utility man. Played all the infield positions and the outfield and center field in the minor leagues. And he draws a walk, so Reyes has been on twice.
All 3 innings, the Pirates have been able to get their leadoff hitter aboard. We're talking about walks with Gio Gonzalez. As a member of the Nationals this year, 71 walks in 151 innings. That's too many. One of the reasons why that earned run average was high. And having a difficult time throwing strikes tonight. 3 walks now in 3 innings.
The innings tonight have started single walk walk. He has left the first 2 stranded. Facing Starling Marte now, who flew out on the first pitch he saw in the first inning. 19 homers on the year. Marte's always enjoyed hitting at Miller Park. Coming from the cavernous PNC Park, a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Starling Marte has 15 career home runs here in 43 career games.
A lot of different ways he can beat you. And with his glove, his throwing arm, he can run. And he can swing the bat.
Two and one.
He's just not biting on those pitches, just a little out of the strike zone.
Yeah, not the kind of ratio Gonzalez wants at this point of the game, especially with a 3-0 lead. More balls than strikes. There's a swing and a miss. Conversely, the Pirates have swung and missed at a lot of fastballs, either down the middle or up in the zone.
Yeah, just the idea of the changeup. That makes it effective. You just got to keep it away from the middle of the plate.
Going back to the changeup here, 2-2.
That's the pitch in the back of your mind. You're facing Gio Gonzalez that you feel like you're going to get just about every time. That's what makes that very low 90s, upper 80s fastball effective when he's able to put it on the corners.
Pena puts down the fastball. Let's see where it's located. Setting up inside. Gonzalez deals, and Marte fouls it away.
Right down the middle.
He's getting away with a few.
Yeah.
There's got to be a little give and take, though, for the Pirates to take that many pitches just off the plate, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not quite ready to be in a hitting position.
Maybe a tick behind.
There's been a lot of late swings on an 89 to 91 mile an hour fastball, more than you'd expect. 2-2 the count. Runner goes, and a swing and a foul. Fastballs and changeups against Marte. Going back to the fastball. 2-2. And another fastball fouled off to the right. Right-handed batters and foul balls off to the right over the Brewers dugout.
Yeah.
Tells you a lot as a catcher, doesn't it?
Out ahead of the changeup, behind the fastball. What you don't want to do is throw a middle speed. That's probably why they're staying away from curveball with Marte. Not to say they might not throw it here. See, we'll chase one. I think it's going to be a changeup.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat, and a bouncing ball to third. Big hop. Moustakas to second, and a pick by Shaw. Heck of a play to keep that one from going into right field.
Hey, we're not going to turn two on that anyway against Marte. Runs too well. Take your time. Make a good throw to second. And Moustakas did not get a good throw off, but Travis Shaw able to handle it. Good pitch down in the strike zone with a changeup. Travis Shaw making a nice play at second base.
Yeah, just had his heel on the base.
Got it twice. He gets it right here before Reyes gets to second base.
That's a heck of a play by Shaw.
Yeah.
Puts that big body on the bag. So the first out. Marte on a fielder's choice at first. He's a threat to run. And here is Luplow. Luplow struck out on a high fastball in the first inning.
Marte with 31 stolen bases, but he's been caught 12 times.
The 31 steals are second most in the NL. The caught stealing, the most in the National League. So he runs a lot, but he gets thrown out a lot.
Right.
31 steals, 43 attempts. Trey Turner of the Nationals is the league leader in stolen bases, 38. Luplow, big swing and a miss.
And they say anything, 75–80% success rate with stolen bases is worth the risk. He's right around 75% if I do quick math in my head. Close.
Are we ever going to see a day like we saw with Ricky Henderson, who stole 130 bases in 1982? 130 stolen bases.
Yeah, no kidding. Yep.
3 times in his career, I think he stole 100 bases. Just don't see that anymore. The numbers don't bear it out.
Guys get on base enough for that.
1 ball, 1 strike to count on Luplow.
What was Ricky's career on base percentage? For what?
Had to be 420, something like that. Hall of Famer.
How many did Billy Hamilton have in mind? What was that?
Yeah, he stole 150 one year in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
One and 2 the count. And a line shot. Down the line it goes. It's going to get to the wall. Marte will crank it up. He will score. On his way to third goes Luplow, and he's in with an RBI triple. And the Pirates are on the board. Luplow with a 2-strike RBI triple down the right field line. It's 3-1.
Got left one up and away did Gio Gonzalez, and Luplow doing a nice job going right with it. Fastball here. You can see probably a little up out of the strike zone, but he just goes right with it down the line. And by the time Yelich gets it in, run is in, and Luplow at third base.
And quickly the Pirates will bring the tying run to the plate. Second hit of the game for the Pirates. Francisco Cervelli now. Cervelli drew a walk in the first. Got Josh Bell due next. Could turn into a tricky inning if Gonzalez cannot retire Cervelli. Oh, he had a big swing. He fouls it back.
He just can't control that changeup like he did his first start against the Giants. Now they're able to get swings out of the strike zone like he did against San Francisco, and not able to put that changeup down and away for strikes.
He's frustrated, talking to himself. You can tell it by his body language. He'll let you know how he's feeling on the mound. 1-1 in the air, center field, shallow. Kane's got a good arm, makes the play. Luplow coming home, throw to the plate, and Luplow's in. Sac fly, just got a hand in there on a beautiful throw from Lorenzo Cain. Luplow too fast, and it's 3-2.
Can't do any better than that. Good job by Cain, and just a little bit late. Has momentum going toward home plate. Did everything right. Throw right on the money. You see Luplow clearly safe. Man, he never did apply a tag. It's a little bit too far out in front of home plate. I don't think it would have mattered though.
By that much. So the Pirates get 2 back in this third inning. On a walk and a triple, and now a sac fly. Here is Josh Bell with the bases empty. A 3-run Milwaukee first with homers from Yelich and Shaw. Two and 0 to Bell. Out in front of that one. Finally got him to swing at that changeup.
He threw it for strikes. He threw it for a strike. It was up down the middle. Got the swing and a miss. You're not going to get too many swings normally unless the hitter is behind in the count. And changeups that aren't over the plate. They can be down, but they have to be over the plate.
Sticks a fastball on the inside corner. 2-2 now. Gonzalez struck him out last time up on a changeup and goes back to it and gets him swinging. A strikeout for Gonzalez to end the inning, but the Pirates score twice, and it's 3-2 Brewers.
News for the Brewers and the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers earlier today with the announcement of a contract extension, a player contract development extension with the Timber Rattlers, staying with them through 2022. Joined now by General Manager Rob Zerjav. And Rob, it's congratulations. It's great news for both the Brewers and the Timber Rattlers. You have a great story. You started as an intern. You've been with the organization a long time, now the general manager, but you're coming up on your 25th season, and just what it means to extend this agreement with the Brewers and know that you'll be staying in the Brewers organization.
Yeah, it's a perfect fit, obviously, being the minor league team in the state and being with the state team. All of our fans are Brewer fans, and the fact that we have the kind of baby Brewers, the young guys playing for us, it means a lot for our fans. I think it's great for the players to be so close to Milwaukee. I think it's good for the Brewers to be able to keep an eye on the guys and be so close. So, yeah, we're excited about extending it through 2022.
And manager Matt Erickson, you guys just finished off a great season, finished just short of the playoffs. And we know when we follow these prospects, you know, from the time that they are drafted and signed, they begin with you, with the Timber Rattlers. But who are some of the players that stood out to you this year that we can enjoy following in the next few seasons?
I think there's two guys that stood out from the position player side. Peyton Henry is our catcher. He caught in 100 games this year, which is extraordinary for a young man to carry that workload. And if you take one look at him physically, you can see why. He can handle it. He's a physical kid. Not only is his physical skills good, but he learned to take the information and learn his staff. We get a lot of information now brought down from the Brewers, even to the A-ball level, and he handled that very nicely. Tristan Lutz is another prospect name that a household name that came to Wisconsin this year. High school last year, so he was kind of behind the 8 ball to start the season. Being from Texas, he never played in anything under 50 degrees. And of course, we started in Beloit, Wisconsin, and it was about 27 degrees the first night. He got off to a slow start, but he did a heck of a job late in the season. He ended up very resilient. He ended up, I think, in the top 5 in doubles, in the top 10 in extra base hits, and also RBIs. So he was very productive.
And there were 20 players on this current Brewers team who either played for the Timber Rattlers or made a rehab appearance there at some point this season. Just what that means to have the proximity to Appleton, the Fox City area, and ultimately the goal here to make it to Miller Park.
Well, it's an exciting time. Obviously, it's exciting for the fans in the Fox River Valley to get a chance to see not only the young Brewers that could potentially be in Miller Park here in a few years, but also get a chance to have some of the Brewers come and have on a rehab assignment in Appleton. It's a perfect marriage, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
All right, well, congratulations to both of you. Again, big news for the Brewers and the Wisconsin Timberwolves, extending that agreement through 2022.
Yeah, that's a perfect match and not a surprise, but you're always glad when that PDC contract gets signed, and it is a perfect fit here between the Timber Rattlers in the Midwest League and the Milwaukee Brewers. You got to remember, these minor league franchises, they are the free agent in this picture. They're the ones who negotiate with the major league teams, and the Timber Rattlers have such a great setup. There are a lot of major league teams that would like to be there, so appreciate that relationship for sure. It's a great spot.
Yep, and Matt Erickson, good guy. He likes being down in the low minor leagues. He had some major league time. Actually spent a little bit of time with the Brewers in 2004.
Christian Yelich, a strikeout to start this third inning. One away for Arcia, who has 4 Ks at this point. Brewers jumped on him early with 3 in the first. He has settled in somewhat since, and the Pirates just scored twice in the top of this third inning, so it's a tight one again. 3-2 Brewers, and here is Jesus Aguilar. Aguilar with a fly out to center field in the first inning. Archer jammed him with a fastball. No balls and a strike. And it's 0-2 now.
That's that 96 you were talking about in the first inning. I mean, he was throwing 93 most of the time in the first inning. Every now and again he'll reach back, give you a little extra.
Whatever Francisco Cervelli had to say to him, he has pitched better since. I don't know if that's the entire reason, but Cervelli was pretty adamant and pretty focused on a one-way conversation, catcher to pitcher.
Yeah, trying to get him going a little bit. It looked like he was a little frustrated, shaking his head. Maybe Cervelli kind of shook him up a little bit and said, let's go.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Aguilar into center field. Back is Marte. And an off-balance swing, a deep fly ball out for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone. That'll bring up Travis Shaw. Travis Shaw joins Christian Yelich at the 29 spot on the Powerball home run leaderboard. 2 behind Jesus Aguilar.
Hasn't got a lot of play much, has he? Travis Shaw, but he's putting together another solid season. 29 homers.
Hit 31 last year, drove in over 100.
Yep, he's 79 RBIs.
He had a wrist injury earlier this year that he played through it, and when he did sit to try to rest it, it wasn't a DL scenario, but you had to think that affected his production. And he looks healthy right now. Talk about how often Shaw and Yelich have homered in the same game. So left-handers that are in the lineup together a lot, usually for matchup purposes, especially with Shaw. It's the 7th time this year the duo has homered in the same game this season. And they're both sitting on 29 home runs.
I think what has helped Travis, I think, as we get through September, is the fact that he's been getting days off every now and again. He counts a lot of position players. He's got to find playing time.
Shaw's embraced second base. That's allowed him to stay in the lineup. With the addition of Moustakas, who is an everyday third baseman, but we've seen Shaw play third. We've seen him play first.
Yeah.
And he's handled second base beautifully. 3-1 the count. And a swing and a miss. He threw him a slider in a hitter's count.
There have been times in September where Craig Counsell's put Shaw over first base late in the game. Is that slider? More of a conventional slider that time, not as big a break.
Shaw hit a changeup out of here in the first. Archer deals, and a fastball right down the middle surprised him. Travis got caught guessing. 5 Ks for Arcia. He has settled in. The Brewers lead 3-2 after 3. Yelich gets it started with a bang tonight. First inning, nobody out. Hits a 2-run home run. Kane had reached on a single. And then 2 batters later, Travis Shaw with his 29th home run of the year, matching Yelich in the home run count. 3-0 in the first, but then the Pirates come back. Pittsburgh scoring twice in the third. We had to cut that short because Gio Gonzalez is ready to play. But that catch that you almost saw, that you're going to see again, is worth a re-rack. Lorenzo Cain making the play of the night in the major leagues.
You can't see good catches enough.
Here we go. It was going to happen. Measures it. 4-stepper. Pulls one back. Off the bat of Jordy Mercer. Shift is on. Shaw's right there. And Osuna is out number 1. Well, Derek Johnson's been trying to get Gio Gonzalez pitching with a little more pace and tempo. We would prefer he not do that when we have a nice artistic package of really important plays in this game.
Yeah, it's a risk you take, though, you know, when you try and be thorough.
Tonight's producer, Brent Reeland.
Guy's getting ready to pitch. We have to cut it short. We'll get it in.
Maybe you should stand up and wave at him. We're not quite ready for you, Gio.
So put the
get those flashlights.
Get the orange, oven mitt, so you're ready to go.
The red hat, like in the NFL.
Yeah.
We're all about pace. We're all about pace. We can always stop and run it back for you. You pitch at your pace, Gio. We're here. There's a wave and a miss. Speaking of pace, how about a change of pace? And Harrison out in front of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got him on a curveball last time up.
Working quickly. The 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Back-to-back changeups. 4th strikeout for Gio Gonzalez.
See, with 2 strikes and you're ahead in the count, you're going to get hitters to chase that pitch. It's a little bit off the outside corner. Harrison pulls his head, swings right through it. The old circle change, going away from the right hand.
This is no small story with Gio Gonzalez, who is on the rubber, ready to pitch, working fast. It's very similar to the instruction to Brent Suter. Suter was always the guy who pitched quickly, but if you can put the hitter in a little bit of the spinning wheel, right, get him thinking quickly, or maybe not thinking at all, and work fast, then your pace on the mound is in direct contrast with the velocity of the pitches that you are throwing.
And when a hitter steps out and he asks for time to get set, I mean, he's already, pitcher's already in his head.
1 ball, 1 strike. Got a curveball in there for strike 2. Well, the Brewers' pitching philosophy is to pitch with pace. Keeps your infielders on their toes. Gets the hitter scrambled a little bit. Mercer, a line drive to left, right at Braun, and a nice and tidy 3-up, 3-down inning for Gio Gonzalez with a strikeout. 3-2 Brewers. We go to the home fourth. Wisconsin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. By Ascension, coming together to give healthcare a better name. We are Ascension. And by Wisconsin Dells, the water park capital of the world. Couple of clouts in the first. Yelich and Shaw, and the Brewers lead 3-2. Hey, it's Christmas in September. That's not the Santa Claus I remember.
What do we got over there? Easter Bunny? Ears are kind of hurting.
Throwing down a Miller Lite. Easter Bunny. Santa Claus looked like he's had some better days. Your breath smells like cheese.
They're right in front of us, by the way.
Here's Ryan Braun, first ball swinging.
What do you want for Christmas?
Oh. Big crowd tonight, Rock. A lot of people watching tonight.
Why wouldn't you be here, right?
Oh, man, it's great.
It's incredible baseball the Brewers have been playing.
No balls and a strike on Braun, who takes strike 2. 3-2 Brewers have the lead. Pirates got 2 last inning. RBI triple from Luplow, and then a sac fly from Cervelli. Back-to-back hitters. Braun in the hole, 0-2, and a high fly ball into center. Marte at the track will make the catch.
Oh, he plays really deep, doesn't he? I mean, he barely had to move for that baseball. Pirates have always been a team defensively that takes away slugging percentage from the Brewers. They'll give up the single. They don't want to give up the extra base hit. Watch Marte how deep he starts. Look how far back he is. He makes that catch easy. Remember how far Lorenzo Cain had to run to make that catch against the wall? It was 110 feet.
They're not even playing the same position, it doesn't seem.
No. I mean, a lot of baseball is going to fall in front of Marte.
Here's Mike Moustakas. Yeah, Clint Hurdle started doing that against the Brewers and other teams. I mean, that's been a philosophy of his for a long time. But we started to see that with the Colorado Rockies in their big ballpark. And he felt like the flare hits, they're frustrating to see fall in front, but they're usually one base. And he's trying to take away the double, the triple, try to cut down that slugging percentage. I remember Ron Gardenhire was One of the first managers to do that are the Minnesota Twins consistently. No matter the batter, would have the outfield deep. Now it changes with a pitcher at the plate or, you know, a very light hitting, no power position player. But I feel like everybody in the lineup can hit homers these days.
Yeah. Well, again, you're banking on it's going to take a team to, you know, 3 hits to get a run if you're playing deep, as opposed to a double, single, 2 hits score a run.
Moustakas lines one to right, a base hit. Over to cut it off is Luplow. And to your point,
that's an example of what we were just talking about, how deep Luplow is. You're playing just normal depth out in right field. That's a line drive out. They'll give up the single. That slider stayed down the middle of the plate. Moustakas hits it on the line, but watch Luplow. Look how deep he is. Not able to get there.
Left the bat 109 miles an hour. Moustakas, who homered off Chris Archer in late August here at Miller Park, is aboard for Jonathan Schoop. Schoop, a strikeout victim his first time up. Batting practice doesn't tell you much, but watching Schoop take BP today, and then subsequently his hitting coach Darnell Coles reacting to that batting practice. I don't know exactly what they've been working on, but Darnell Coles declared that he is close to being right where he wants to be. Now that hit the bat or the hand.
Knob of the bat.
Yeah, calling it a foul ball, and that's a tough way to get a strike. You can almost hear the click of the bat as opposed to the thud of a hand.
And watch the knob of the bat. Bingo right there. Never got the hand.
That's a bad break. He knew it. That is reviewable, but certainly not one that would have been overturned. No balls, 2 strikes on Schoop. One of the things that Darnell Coles was doing with Schoop today, and Schoop, to his credit, I mean, he's been working at this, trying to get his timing right, get his rhythm, but just driving the ball to right field. I mean, he was powering the ball up deep into the bleachers in right field in batting practice. Reminds you of how big and strong he truly is at 6'4". A wave and a miss. Archer's had his number tonight. Second time he struck him out with that slider.
Man, what you want to do in batting practice, and every hitter, you know, tries to do this, whether you're lefty or righty, go to the opposite field, line drives into the gaps. You don't want to hit those towering home runs, because in games those are going to be pop-ups. We always have an extra net that hangs down in front of the cage to show a guy, you hit a ball up in the air, it's going to be an out, and the ball does not get out of the cage. Unusual, and not many cages you see around the big leagues, and you see them all have that.
I like that little tool. I didn't know that. He told me about that today, Darnell. It's just a what, probably 2 feet of net that just hangs down in front of the bar, the top bar. And every time a hitter hits one into that net, even deflects that net, Darnell Coles is barking some kind of instruction on it.
Fly balls that get out of the ballpark a lot of times in games end up as pop-up. There's your hitting cage. You can't see the extra net that's hanging down, but it's there. Trust us.
Right there on the left.
It's a good tool.
No balls, 2 strikes. Manny Pena at the plate. Interesting here, if Pena reaches, it looks like Counsell's ready to pull the plug on Gio Gonzalez.
And there's been activity down in the Brewers pen the entire inning. I think the decision might have been made already.
Eric Thames could pinch hit. Pena's down 0-2 though. Manny had a double to right center last time up. There's Thames. And a strikeout. Archer unloads his best 2 sliders to get Schoop and Pena 7 Ks in the inning. And decision time here for Counsell as we go to the 5th.
Scoreboard watching as we get into late September, going out to a game between the Reds and the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Jose Peraza and Joey Votto would both hit solo home runs to left center field. That coming off of Cubs starter Cole Hamels that would give the Reds a 2-0 lead. That's currently the score there at Wrigley Field. You remember, after we wrapped up that series in Chicago on Wednesday night, the Cubs had to fly out to Washington, D.C. They won in extra innings yesterday against the Nationals, and then today was supposed to be a day game, but was changed to a night game to accommodate the Cubs' travel schedule. And again, they trail that game 2-0 to the Reds.
All right, Sophia, thank you. We'll keep an eye on that one. Matt Harvey pitching for the Reds tonight. He's got a shutout as they play in the bottom of the 5th at Wrigley.
The Dodgers are beating the Cardinals in the 5th, 1-0.
Gio Gonzalez returns for a 5th inning, facing the pitcher Chris Archer to start it. Counsell was ready to make the move to put some offense on the board. He had Thames ready to hit, had Pena reached. Would have been a 4-inning start for Gonzalez. Very similar to what Counsell did with Chase Anderson on Wednesday, as Gonzalez picks up the K. That's number 5. Strikes out his mound opponent.
Oh, he was asked about that in the presser in the dugout before the game, and he said that with 14 relievers in your bullpen, you can do that, and you don't have to really worry too much about running out of arms. You've got a lot of guys down there that can give you some multiple innings. Corbin Burnes, one of them. That was the guy that was getting loose.
Well, Gonzalez does get this 5th inning.
Before September, it becomes a big challenge if you have too many of those.
A lot of innings to cover. But if Gio can get through this 5th, he's now facing the batting order for the 3rd time. He is yet to retire Pablo Reyes. And Reyes turns on one left field. That's trouble. That is going to tie this game. 3-3 now as Pablo Reyes with his 2nd hit of the game. His 1st home run in the big leagues. And just like that, the Pirates have squared it up.
It looked like a fastball up and in. Reyes looking for it, turned on it, knocked it out of here. A 1-1 pitch. Again, he couldn't get the changeup over for strikes on pitch number 2. Got a fastball up. Well, actually wasn't in. It was down the middle, and Reyes able to knock it out of here.
Pirates have answered a 3-0 1st inning deficit. Pablo Reyes on the ground, backhanded by Scope. Long throw is not in time. No, it is in time. I beg your pardon.
I don't know about that one.
It looked like Marte beat it, but the call at first by Tripp Gibson is out. Marte is convinced he beat it. That was a heck of a throw by Jonathan Scope.
Yep, he one-hopped it by design to get a little bit more on it. The Pirates want him to take a look. Look at regular speed that he beat it. It looks a little closer there than it looked in regular speed.
It's got to hit the leather of the glove. Close. Yeah, that was bang bang.
It's close enough, or you might not get a call. You might not get a reversal on that.
So the Pirates challenge. This call on the field is out. Is there enough evidence to overturn is the question.
Yeah, good stretch by Aguilar, made it close. Yeah. This one could go either way.
The crew chief on the right, Brian Gorman. And the calling umpire, Trip Gibson, on the left. This is in the hands of the replay crew in Chelsea, New York at the Major League Replay Center. They have an umpire assigned to this game. They don't release the name of that umpire until the postseason. They also have a supervisor in there, so I'm sure there are a lot of eyes on this call. Some kind of throw by Scope.
Yeah, flat-footed. He wasn't able to set himself. He got rid of it quickly, right on the money. One hop. He did that on purpose.
It's a big call coming up. It could be the end of the night for Gonzalez if this one's overturned.
Taking a while.
I think we have a verdict from New York. Out. So,
Well, all right.
that one stands.
That's one of those. If he called him safe, it would have been safe in New York. I mean, too close to overturn it.
Turns out to be a heck of a play by Jonathan Scope. So he and Kane have turned in a couple of gems here tonight.
So the Pirates out of challenges now.
And the second out with nobody on means Gio Gonzalez will remain in the game. And here is Jordan Luplow.
Man, Craig Counsell hoping that Gonzalez can get through this inning. He's due to lead off. He's going to be done after this inning. You just don't want to have to use another player. Do a double switch. You don't want that. Just can't command that changeup tonight.
Two 2-0. Did he go?
If he gets on, this is going to be it for him.
3 balls, no strikes on Luplow. You've got Cervelli due next. Gonzalez knows it. They're getting Arcia ready in the dugout for a potential double switch. And it's ball 4. He walked him on 4 straight. Gonzalez immediately looks into the dugout. And Counsell checking his card. He's got Cervelli coming up. And he's on his way. He's going to make the move. It'll be a double switch. Trying to get Gonzalez through the 5th, but he got bit by Pablo Reyes homer. His first major league home run. And after a 3-0 first inning lead, the Pirates have come back to tie it. And a frustrated Gio Gonzalez.
Yeah, 3 hits against Gonzalez, but 4 walks.
So a double switch. We'll have a pitching change. Looks like Arcia for Scope defensively. We'll set up Burnes after this. with Fox Sports Go. Download the app, take Fox Sports Wisconsin and Brewers baseball with you wherever you go. Under the Friday night lights at Miller Park, Pirates have answered a 3-0 first inning deficit. They've come back to tie it. Orlando Arcia will enter the game on a double switch. Scope is out, so put the pitcher in Scope's spot, which would be the 7th spot in the batting order. Arcia will lead off in the bottom of this 5th inning. And the new pitcher rock is Corbin Burnes.
Yeah, it's been a while for Burnes. He last pitched on Monday against the Cubs. That was at Wrigley Field, tossed a scoreless inning. Last 8 outings, he's only allowed 1 run. That covers 12 2/3 innings.
In a big spot, trying to give Craig Counsell multiple innings. 2 outs with Cervelli at the plate. Burnes has electric stuff. You've been following this trek here in the last month and a half. Fastball in the upper 90s. He's got a slider that can hit 90.
Yep, late breaking, very quick, short slider. Tough to pick up.
No balls and a strike. And a swing and a miss. Another big fastball by Burnes. 0-2 the count on Cervelli.
Good compliment to what the Pirates have been seeing so far tonight. Fastballs at 91.
From a left-hander.
A blow by on 97 right there.
He's got Cervelli 0-2. And a fastball misses. Burnes has pitched in some key moments. His outing Monday in Chicago, a scoreless 6th inning, gave up just the 1 hit. He's only given up 1 earned run his last 12 2/3 innings. The 1-2, and Pena bobbles. Did he go is the question. He did not. So that'll be a stolen base, and now the go-ahead run is in scoring position as the count goes to 2-2 on Cervelli.
That was a foul tip. Apparently not.
Pirates have scored 3 unanswered. 2 in the 3rd. They've scored in this inning on a home run by Reyes, the rookie. Go ahead run at 2nd. Here's a 2-2 from Burnes. High fly ball, center field, playable for Kane. And Burnes gets out of the inning. Strands an inherited runner. But the Pirates score, and we are tied at 3 going to the bottom of the 5th.
This season, Brewers Community Foundation hosted a 5K run for nearly 3,000 participants, raising a check for $32,500 in support of Fisher House, Wisconsin. Fisher House provides housing for families that are supporting their loved ones while they are receiving care at Clement Zablocki VA Hospital. BCF thanks all of those who participated in the race, as well as Fisher House, for making a positive impact in our community.
All right, Sophia, thanks. We tip our hat to Katina Shaw and Cecilia Gore, heading up that endeavor. Brewers Community Foundation doing great work each and every day. Orlando Arcia will lead off for the Brewers. Came in on the double switch. It'll be Arcia, then to the top of the order, Kane and Yelich. Arcia will try to get on base for those two dangerous hitters now behind him. 3-3 game. Pirates have tied it with 2 in the third, and then a home run by the rookie Reyes in the top of this 5th inning. Reds still leading the Cubs 2-0. They're in the bottom of the 6th at Wrigley Field. In the top of the 6th, the Dodgers are batting, and they lead St. Louis 1-0.
Just missed the bottom of the strike zone. And pitchers have been attacking Arcia with sliders off the plate, particularly when they get ahead of them. Coles like to see Arcia start driving that ball in the right field.
2 balls, 1 strike on the Brewers shortstop, and Arcia takes a strike. 2-2 now. Well, it's been a down year for Arcia offensively after hitting .271 a season ago, but he has delivered 4 game-winning RBIs this year. 2 walk-offs here at Miller Park. The 2-2 and a shot. It hits Archer. He can't find it, and Arcia will reach on a base hit, and Archer is hurt. My goodness, that one got him flush.
That's just a good approach by Orlando Arcia. That's exactly what you need to do, and that one gets Chris Archer, and he's hurt.
That'll go as an infield hit for Arcia. Now we watch Chris Archer. They're smiling out there with him.
Everybody's laughing.
To let the pain subside here. I'm sure he's going to have to throw a few to prove he can stay on the mound. I mean, that hit him flush. I couldn't tell if it was right in the rear end or up on the hip, more like on the hip bone, but it got him good.
This will give us a good idea right here. We got him right on the rear end, actually. A bullet by Arcia. That's exactly what he's been trying to do. Archer just couldn't find the baseball. Really wasn't too worried about it. He was worried more about the area that got hit. That smoked him. For a second, he might have got a piece up with his glove, but it didn't appear that that was the case.
Well, he was going to try to throw a few to see. One thing you notice, he was trying to get up into the balance position to see if he could hold in that position. We shall see. Says he's all right. And they head back to the dugout, so Archer will remain. That's a big hit for Arcia. Comes with 2 strikes. And now the heavy hitters are coming up. Lorenzo Cain will bat with a man on.
And did a real good job to Arcia on a slider that stayed up in the strike zone and didn't try and pull it.
Cain is 1 for 2 tonight. In that first inning, he saw 8 pitches to start the game offensively for the Brewers, and then Yelich saw 7 pitches, popped a 2-run home run. This is a spot where we've seen Lorenzo Cain try to pounce on that first pitch. He's hit 10 home runs this season. Not a major home run threat. But he's got plenty of pop in his bat.
Yeah, he concentrates more on contact, particularly with 2 strikes. He will try and drive one out of here early in the count, as you mentioned.
Arcia can run a little bit. He's a good base stealer as well. 6 for 9 in stolen base attempts. There's a giant hole between first and second as the Pirates are set up for a double play ball. Kane not easy to double up. And it's 2-0.
And the fact that he waits back so well is one of the reasons why he doesn't really swing out of the strike zone too often. Taking those tough pitches that don't miss by much.
Archer got him on a ground out in the second inning. 1 ball, check it, 2 balls, no strikes. And that one misses inside. Ball 3. Cervelli stuck it there, but it was inside, and home plate umpire Nick Lentz not budging.
Well, he's been consistent all night. Those pitches that are just a little bit off the edges, he has not been calling.
3-0. And that one's in there for a strike. Don't see Kane swing away at 3-0 very often, if any. I don't remember one this year.
A lot of 3-1 though.
He'll be ready to fire here. Arcia, the runner at first. Archer deals, and did he go? He did. Chase the breaking ball. It's 3-2. 3-1 slider.
Upset with himself. He's trying to start that bat a little bit before he normally does, thinking fastball. Archer gave him the slider out of the strike zone. Now he'll go back to that 2-strike approach. And that's when he uses right field so effectively. That's where that big hole between first and second comes into play.
Let's see if Arcia is on the move here with nobody out. 3-2 the count. There he goes. Kane swinging a foul right off the end of the bat. Archer fell behind him 3-0. He's got the count back full. 3 consecutive strikes to Lorenzo Cain, who steps out now. Archer pitching in the 5th inning. Coming off a good start his last time out, where he went 6 innings, a quality start against the Marlins. Ever since Archer gave up the 6 earned runs in 4 innings here at Miller Park on August 26th, he's had 2 good starts. Went 6 innings, 1 earned run against the Braves, and then followed that up with 6 innings, 3 earned runs against the Marlins. There goes Arcia, and the pitch is down and out. Missed with a fastball, and 2 on to start this inning.
Yeah, good patience, and just still another way that Lorenzo Cain finds his way on base. He's so disciplined with 2 strikes.
With Christian Yelich coming up, Ray Searage, the pitching coach, on his way out, gives us a chance to look at Christian Yelich's night at the plate, presented by Blaze Pizza. The home run in the 1st inning. On the 7th pitch of the at-bat, a blast into center field. Hit it off the batter's eye in center. 400+ foot home run for Yelich. Yelich has now reached base in 29 consecutive games. It's the longest streak in the National League. Alex Bregman of the Astros has the longest currently in the big leagues. He's at 39, the Astros third baseman.
How about that season he's putting together?
MVP caliber.
No kidding.
And you could say the same about Yelich. Matter of fact, Yelich and Alex Bregman have had the two best second halves of those MVP candidates in each league. Does he have another one in him? Yelich has found that home run stroke in the second half. 2 on, nobody out. And Yelich in the air to left field, chasing Reyes back. And he's got it just shy of the wall. Arcia is going to tag, and he will make it to third. That could be a big play as Arcia advances 90 feet.
Yeah, pretty good base running by Arcia. You don't see that very often. Reyes not blessed with a great arm. A little bit surprised that Lorenzo Cain didn't follow him into second base after he saw where that throw was going. Lorenzo could have walked into second. Good base running by Arcia.
Did his homework. Third base coach Ed Cedar knows these throwing arms well and the accuracy of these outfielders. And a big runner to get to third base with Aguilar coming up. 3-3 game. Go ahead run 90 feet away. Might see Lorenzo Cain try to steal a base here as well.
Aguilar's hit 2 deep fly balls to center field. The last time up took Marte to the warning track. That'd work.
Well, with the 9 sacrifice flies this season, Jesus Aguilar is the National League leader in that category. He's tied with Nick Markakis of the Braves. No balls and a strike on Aguilar. Cain takes off. Aguilar swings and misses. Stolen base for Cain, but the count goes to 0-2 on Jesus Aguilar.
Yeah, fastball down the middle. That's one that Aguilar like to have another shot at. Good jump. No throw from Cervelli. Check this pitch out.
And a big swing by Aguilar. He ended up right in front of Cervelli. That's a 28 steal for Cain. That's a career high. Base hit, scores 2. Infield in for the Pirates. Brewers threatening with 1 away in the 5th inning. And Jesus lays off that breaking ball. Good block by Cervelli.
Yeah, solid back there. Been around a long time, Francisco Cervelli.
The left-hander is Steven Brault. And the right-hander Richard Rodriguez. Brewers led 3-0. Pirates have tied it. Aguilar a chance to put him back on top. The 1-2 and a swing and a foul. Tied him up with a fastball. Amazing he's able to foul that pitch off, honestly.
Way up and in.
That one left a mark on that ball. Hit it right in the pine tar area.
Yeah.
George Brett would love that. He's been the best run producer all year for the Brewers. His last RBIs, a 2 RBI go-ahead double against the Giants a week ago. Sitting on 97 RBIs. One ball, 2 strikes. Another one in the dirt. Another good play by Cervelli, and it's 2-2 now.
He's only going to throw you strikes. If you prove to him, you're going to lay off. And Aguilar's been able to lay off that slider off the plate a couple of times now.
Anything in the air, medium deep, will score Arcia. 2-2. Archer with a long pause. Here he comes. And Aguilar lifts one in the air deep to left field. Back is Reyes. He'll make the catch. Both runners will tag. And a run scores. Arcia. Kane is into third, and the Brewers take the lead.
Good job by Aguilar. He fell behind 0-2 quickly. First 2 pitches. It was a battle, but he was able to hit it deep enough to score the run. Good base running by Kane to get into third base. 2 times now the Brewers have taken advantage of that throwing arm by Reyes. How about that pitch?
How do you hit that pitch with that swing to the wall?
Yeah, right. I mean, that's how strong this guy is. Keeps those hands back. He gives himself a chance, and about midway on the warning track, just taking liberties on Reyes' throwing arm.
That is impressive. 10th sacrifice fly of the year for Aguilar, leading the National League. Now a runner at third with 2 outs for Travis Shaw. Shaw would love to pop one right here. You add a quick 2 with 2 outs. Shaw's home run in the first inning was with 1 away. That was his 29th of the season. 4-3 Brewers on the Aguilar RBI, his 98th of the year. Way inside, almost hit him. 2-0.
Pitch count up there, isn't it? 97 pitches, 5th inning.
Pirates have activity in their pen. A 19 pitch third. The first inning really set him up for a short start. 2-0 to Shaw. 3 balls, no strikes. Ryan Braun due next.
Walking.
So Shaw will finish off this at bat with an intentional pass. And here comes Braun. Hit the ball hard his last time up. He lined out to center field. Grounded out his first time. Ryan Braun has the best batting average in the majors in the well hit average. So exit velocity at 95 or greater. Since the All-Star break, Braun has a 318 well hit average. League average in that time is 175. But he does not have a lot to show for it. 2 outs, first and third. There's another stat that would tell you Braun's due. Has not homered against a right-handed pitcher since the All-Star break.
Okay.
68 plate appearances.
Let's see if Archer can hang one of those sliders up there.
A ball and no strikes. And Braun chased one around his eyes. It made up his mind, and Archer with a high fastball evens a count and a ball and a strike. Shaw takes off, nobody covering. And a stolen base for Travis Shaw. Second steal of the inning. It's the 3rd stolen base for Travis Shaw this season.
And nobody budged up the middle. They did not move a muscle.
Think about how many bases the Brewers have achieved here in this inning. On stolen bases twice, and then on the sac tag-ups.
Yep. All this was only 1 hit.
An infield hit right off the rear end of Archer to start the inning. 2 balls and a strike. Braun trying to make it a crooked number on the board in the 5th. Brewers have so many weapons offensively around Braun this year. He has been the centerpiece of the offense for years here in Milwaukee. Does not have to be in that role this season. But does it ever give Craig Counsell a weapon and what you'd call an ancillary piece right now? He's up there in a big spot. 2-2 the count. Kane and Shaw on the bags. Archer deals. Braun takes a fastball for a called strike 3. Archer surrenders 1 but gets through it. Strands 2, but the Brewers have the lead on the Aguilar sac fly. A reminder that the Brewers mini marathon right around the corner now. Volunteers are needed for the Saturday, September 22nd race at Miller Park. Volunteers receive an official event crew t-shirt, a ticket voucher for a game next year, and entry into the post-race tailgate party. Go to foxsportswisconsin.com/events or brewersmini.com. Corbin Burnes back on the mound, now in line for a win. Burnes got the last out of the 5th inning, facing Josh Bell to start the 6th.
You think Brony was looking slider that last pitch? It's probably the best pitch he had to hit in that entire at bat. You know, the fastball down the middle, low. And he was thinking slider, and Archer got it by him.
Braun 0 for 3 tonight against Archers. Brewers stranding 2 last inning. Now Bell down the right field line, hooking foul. Switch hitter Bell, first time as a left-handed batter tonight. This is his preferred side. Bell's hit 10 home runs this year. His 8 of those 10 as a left-handed batter. Here's a 1-2. Eats him up with a fastball.
That's what velocity will do for you. I mean, you make mistakes. And that certainly was one. It was down the middle of the plate, but at 97, sometimes a hitter's not going to be able to jump on it.
Jammed him. Roller out to Shaw. And fires to first in time for the out. 1 away in the 6th inning for Corbin Burnes as we check in with Sylvia.
Well, Corbin Burnes has been on a great run lately. He's given up just 1 earned run in his last 8 appearances. And bullpen coach Lee Tunnell told me that what Burnes has done has just been remarkable. And you think about it, it was less than 2 months ago that he came up and he made his major league debut in Miami. And Tunnell pointed out, you know, he only had a handful of relief appearances as he was converting from a starter before he joined the team. And so he said he's just been a sponge in the bullpen. He's learning all the time. He said the makeup and the approach, he said, are 2 intangibles that are just off the charts for Burnes. He said when he warms up in the bullpen, no matter the situation, he said you don't ever notice an elevated heart rate with him. And Craig Counsell said the same thing. When he came in for his major league debut, it was the 8th inning. with a 2-run lead, and he covered 2 innings and picked up the save. So he said that's certainly something that they've been aware of with Burnes, that he can handle these big game situations, now pitching in September in a pennant race.
Yeah, Brewers minor league pitcher of the year last year. He's from Bakersfield, California. And Sophia, I know you've been on the story with the shooting in Bakersfield. That's his hometown. He reached out on social media, so he's pitching tonight, also thinking about his hometown as well. Heartwarming story for Corbin Burnes that he would reach out to his folks back in Bakersfield.
Yeah. I wonder if, Corbin Burnes, as good as he's been out of the bullpen, same thing with Josh Hader, right? Last year, Brewers opting to keep him in the bullpen. The Brewers have an option with Burnes that whether to keep him in the bullpen and put him in the rotation. We'll see what they do.
Osuna lines one past Moustakas, a base hit. It's going to get down into the corner. Osuna on his way to second base. Braun digs it out. It'll be a 1-out double.
Yeah, left that slider up. And Osuna jumping all over it. First 2 sliders for strikes, perfectly placed on the outside corner. Watch this one. That's not where you want it. And Osuna made him pay just off the glove. Looked like he got a piece of it. And it did Moustakas, but still able to get it down in the corner for a double. 1-out double.
And now the Pirates with the tying run at second base. Here is Josh Harrison. Well, the Cubs just got a 3-run home run from Ian Happ in the bottom of the 7th inning. They now lead the Reds 3-2. That game at Wrigley Field. Brewers are 2 back in the loss column to the Cubs. Brewers have played 1 more game than Chicago. One ball, 1 strike on Harrison.
Dodgers up 2-0 on the Cardinals.
Yeah, that one's in the bottom of the 7th in St. Louis. Cardinals batting. Pittsburgh won a series from the Cardinals. Brewers have 6 more games with the Pirates. Harrison into center field. And Kane will settle under it, makes the play. Osuna is going to tag. And the 2nd out. Runner at third with 2 outs. Xavier Cedeno heading loose. There is the potential of a left-handed hitter to bat next.
Yeah, they got 3 of them or 4 of them on the bench. Dickerson, Frazier, Moran, and Kramer. 3 of those guys on the bench play a lot.
Adam Frazier's already moved on deck. Won't have to worry about that until next inning if Burnes can retire Mercer. Tying run at third. Mercer takes a fastball inside. Ball 1.
This is where Mercer really becomes a tough out. Yeah, 2 outs. Number 8 hitter up. And he's been a good one over the years.
Mercer tonight against Gio Gonzalez hit the ball hard twice. He got robbed of a hit by Lorenzo Cain back in the 2nd inning. Might have taken a home run away. It certainly would have hit the top of the wall. A play you will see all over the highlight rips tonight and tomorrow. Lorenzo Cain with another spectacular play in center field. 1 ball, 1 strike on Mercer. There's a good pitch, a fastball at 97 on the inside corner.
Yeah, one of the few pitches that Nick Lentz has called that a little off the plate. Well, off the plate by much. Burnes will take it.
1-2 the count. Burnes deals. Mercer over to Shaw. He's got it to his feet in time. What a play. I told you he could play second base. looking smooth over there at second. Travis Shaw never played an inning of second base in his life until just a month ago. That is a gem. Inning is over. Brewers still have a lead.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Miller Park. Brewers with a 4-3 lead, and enhance your next Brewers game day experience at Miller Park by downloading the MLB Ballpark app. With Ballpark, you can access and manage your tickets. Plus, enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, baseball bingo, and much more. Download Ballpark app today, free for your smartphone or tablet.
We are wearing out that at-bat app this month.
It's important, isn't it?
Yeah. Stephen Brault, the next pitcher for the Pirates. A couple of short starts by the two starters tonight, as Moustakas with a big swing and a miss. Gio Gonzalez last just 4 2/3, 3 earned runs. Archer goes 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs. He's on the hook for the loss. Well, good job by Corbin Burnes to get through the 6th, so he ends up with an inning and a third. He'll be pinch hit for next. Domingo Santana's already moved on deck for Milwaukee. And here is Moustakas, a little jam shot base hit. Single to center field for Mike Moustakas, and the Brewers again put their lead batter on.
He's been pretty good against lefties as of late. Remember that big base hit at Wrigley Field. Ryan Dunsing and drove in a couple of runs. This time he got jammed, but he was able to pull the hands in enough to get enough of it to get it out of the reach of Mercer. So a leadoff base runner from Milwaukee. Back-to-back innings doing that.
And 3 of the 6 they have had their lead man on. The first 2 have scored in this game. Now Santana. He's been terrific off the bench for Craig Counsell.
Counsell's been using him early. First pinch hitter off the bench. Very effective in that role.
First opportunity to use a pinch hitter tonight. Santana 7 hits as a pinch hitter, 7 for 20, 350 batting average. And he rips that one to left field. That's going to go to the wall. Moustakas on his way to third. Santana into second with a double.
He continues to swing a hot bat. Those quick hands on the inside corner. And Brock tried to throw a fastball by him. Santana had nothing to do with that. Rips it down the line. How about Domingo? And nothing doing, and he rips it down the line on the fastball inside corner. With nobody out, Ed Cedar not taking any chances, making the first out at home plate.
Talk about a gift to have a hitter come up from AAA with the credentials of a Domingo Santana and be able to deliver off the bench as he has. Big hit. A double sets the Brewers up. Second and third for Pena. Maybe with another base runner at third base you'd try it. Not with Moustakas, and certainly not with no outs.
Never make the first out at home plate.
Brewers scored last inning on an Aguilar sac fly to take the lead. Had a 3-0 lead after one. And Pena takes a ball down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Stephen Brault with runners at second and third. Santana can really run at second. And Pena fouls it away. Best arm in the Pirates outfield is in center field. It's Starling Marte.
And Brewers have been running on Reyes all night.
The left fielder. Two balls and a strike. Pena pops it up. Infielders in. Long run for Luplow. He's got it, and that's not deep enough to score Moustakas. That's a big out for Brault. First out of the inning, and that'll bring up Orlando Arcia now.
Let's see if Orlando can continue with that great approach that he had against Archer. Line that slider right back at him, hit him. Got a base hit.
Arcia scored the go-ahead run. Brewers need him right here, trying to add to their lead. 4-3 Milwaukee. 2 on, 1 away. Infield in for the Pirates. Arcia is a very good bunter as well, something to keep in the back of your mind. And he shows bunt, trying to bunt his way on. That is a fair ball. Oh my goodness, this is going to score 2, and it's a bunt double for Orlando Arcia.
Wow.
Incredible.
This one you think you've seen everything, right? That's a first.
6-3 Brewers on a bunt double by Arcia.
That's just smart baseball by Arcia. And it's one of those things, if it works, it's a great play. If it doesn't, you wonder, what are you doing? You're pushing in that direction. You see where Bell is. He did exactly what he tried to do. Tried to hit it hard. Looked like it bounced right over the bag. The Badger Mutual Insurance run of the game, a bunt double by Orlando Arcia to drive in a couple of runs.
Who says you can't bunt your way to slugging percentage, Rob? That I have never seen that.
Yeah.
I think it hit the top of the base. Made it an easy call for Trip Gibson. 6-3 Milwaukee. Here's Lorenzo Cain.
Well, he saw that Bell was creeping in on the grass, and what he was trying to do was bunt it hard enough to get it by him. I don't think he was thinking about a double. He was just going to be happy driving in the run.
Yeah, Moustakas would have been off as soon as the bunt hit the ground. He was going to score anyway. Well, now the Brewers with 2 runs in, looking for a put-away punch here in the 6th inning. At the top of the order up, Cain, then Yelich. Lorenzo Cain has seen 18 pitches tonight. His 4th trip to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. A bunt double.
Smart baseball.
We've seen a lot of pitches. Lorenzo Cain has battled. Had that single in that 8-pitch at bat in the 1st inning. Runner goes, Arcia, and Cervelli lost the handle on the throw. Actually never got to his throwing hand. just dropped it behind the plate. A stolen base for Arcia. Brewers are running wild here tonight.
Yeah, that's 3 of them.
7 stolen base for Arcia.
Got a good jump. Cervelli never had the baseball. And now a fly ball once again will score a run. Brewers padding their lead in the National League in stolen bases.
On the ground to short, coming to the plate, Mercer. Arcia is out. Running on contact. And an easy out at the plate with a good throw, and Mercer gives Cervelli a good throw at which to handle.
Not going to see too many mistakes from Jordy Mercer. He knows he has a little bit of time. He sets himself a good throw, and Orlando Arcia an easy out at home plate.
And most runners at third base are told to go on contact or to go back to the bag on contact. So that's a play the Brewers and most teams will take a chance on. It takes a lot of things to go right on a ground ball with a drawn in infield.
Well, and again, I mean, the only thing that really gets you is one that's hit right in an infield, and that's what happened. A little bit either way, and yeah, it's a tougher throw.
Well, Yelich has the big power. Two runs are in on the Arcia bunt double. 6-3 Brewers.
It's not going to look like that tomorrow in the newspaper. Arcia doubles in 2 runs. You still get the newspaper?
Yeah. I read it online.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the box score is already up if you'd like to check it. I know that you're saying though, you know, that's the old line. It's going to look like a hit tomorrow in the newspaper.
Yeah, in the paper it's a double. It's a gapper.
Speaking to a younger audience, that's going to look like a hit right now, actually, at this very moment on the MLB scoreboard. Yelich in a 3-1 count. Kane's been content to stay put, and Yelich will draw the walk. So the Brewers have him at first and second now. And here comes Aguilar.
And here comes Clint Hurdle. Going to bring his right-hander to get Aguilar.
The end of the line for Stephen Brault. Stephen Brault giving up 3 hits, a walk, and at this point 2 runs. Still 2 on his responsibility. Which in the top of the 5th inning, and he's delivered with 2 hits, including a bunt double that plated 2 runs. Also has a steal. He scored a run as well. 6-3 Milwaukee. Jesus Aguilar coming up. Michael Feliz will be the right-hander out of the Pittsburgh bullpen.
They're having a rough time of it. 621 is earned run average.
Feliz will face Aguilar with 2 away. 2 runs on 3 hits against Brault. Aguilar drove in a run last inning to give the Brewers a 4-3 lead. It was a one-handed, looked like a tennis backhand, and he flipped it to the warning track in left field.
Yeah. Incredible strength.
Brewers scored the first 3 runs, all coming in the first inning. Home runs by Yelich and Shaw. Pirates scored the next 3 runs to tie it in the top of the 5th. And the Brewers have scored the last 3 runs, with Aguilar and Arcia collecting RBIs. Two on, 2 outs. Here's an 0-2. Aguilar drives one right center field. Long run, Luplo over is Marte, and he's got it for the out. A lot of speed in that Pirates outfield. Arcia, or rather Aguilar, is retired to end the inning. How about this one, folks? A bunt double. Mark it down. Hits the top of the bag. Moustakas and Santana score, and the Brewers add to their lead. It's now 6-3. Miller Lite, great taste and only 96 calories. By Toyota, let's go places. And by Sling TV, live TV you love, only better. One of the many moments in this game to remember, Lorenzo Cain scaling up the wall, perhaps taking a home run back from Jordy Mercer.
Don't you love the smile? The reaction by Lorenzo, nice and calm, tips the hat.
Brewers with a 6-3 lead as we head to the 7th inning. 9 defensive outs away from win number 85 of the year. And Corey Knebel, who has been brilliant since coming back from AAA.
He's given up next to nothing. 48th appearance. He's getting that earned run average down every time he goes out. 434 at this point. Inning and 2/3 against the Cubs at Wrigley Field on Wednesday.
Brewers tighten up defensively. Adam Frazier pinch hits, and he takes a ball from Knebel. Hernan Perez in the game at second. Shaw moves from second to first. Brewers put their best defensive infield on the field currently, with Braun, Cain, and Yelich still making up the outfield. Jesus Aguilar is the one out of the game. 1 ball, 1 strike. I tell you, Shaw made a beautiful play last inning to end the frame. Maybe taking another potential hit away from Jordy Mercer.
That would have been a run. Man at third.
Would have tied the game. Then you never know. Instead, the Brewers get out of the inning and put 2 on the board. There's a shot to right, a base hit for
this guy, man.
Frazier.
Just can't get him out. Adam Frazier, amazing. He and Polanco all season long.
Pinch hit single to start this 7th inning. Knebel came back from AAA, and it was more of a mental breather than anything else. He was going through a few mechanical tweaks, but just to shut him down for a couple of weeks since he's come back. He retired his first 16 batters faced. He's only given up the 1 hit since returning until tonight. Now he's given up 2. He had a couple of outings going an inning and a third back-to-back. Most impressive for the Brewers.
And it's good to have him back and throwing the way he was a year ago. Really lengthens that bullpen for Craig Counsell.
Pretty good weapon for a guy who made an all-star team last year as a closer to be available in the 7th inning, or like we saw in Chicago in the 5th inning. Finished off the 5th, pitched the 6th inning. Multiple innings, big strikeout numbers as well. 2-0 pitch, and that misses. This guy's been a thorn in the Brewers side tonight as well. Pablo Reyes, the rookie, belted his first career home run in the 5th inning off Gonzalez. He's 2 for 2 with a walk, single, homer, and now a 3-0 count as he takes strike 1.
They started him out with a couple of curveballs, couldn't land him for strikes. Big pitch for him. We always talk about that every time Corey comes in. Does he get the curveball over or not?
Three balls and a strike. And another check on the runner at first. You look at Knebel's last 3 outings. He pitched in back-to-back games against the Giants, went an inning and a third in each. No runs, no hits. Struck out 5 in those 2 games. There's a pop-up. Back is Perez. And he's got it. Corey Knebel gets the out. Falling behind 3-0, comes back to get the F4 pop out number 1.
They got the fastball by him. Gets the bat head out on it.
Knebel pitched an inning and 2/3 on Wednesday. And that was a big outing in that game because he was able to finish off the 5th. Remember, Chase Anderson had been taken out of the game. Struck out 2. He went from August 21st to September 2nd between big league outings. There's a good hook in there for a strike on Marte. To the count.
Good job putting that fastball right on the inside corner. Manny Pena setting up in there, and a pretty good fastball, 97 inside.
Frazier, a leadoff single. Did that hit him, or is that a foul ball?
Foul ball.
Took the bat literally right out of his hands.
Did it hit him? What's he doing?
And both hands came up from the home plate umpire.
So he's getting first base. It's a hit batter.
Oh yeah, not in the hand. It was in the elbow.
Made a pad.
That pad had the sound of a bat. They hit by pitch.
Yeah, the wrist coming inside on a 0-2 pitch. And leave it out over the plate. Give a hitter a good pitch to hit. Too far inside. Got a base. So now the tying run comes to the plate.
Escalating quickly here in the 7th inning. After the Brewers just scored twice to take a 3-run lead.
Take off the elbow pad. You go with the sliding mitt. Hit him around the pad, right?
Yeah.
Can't be too bad.
That's why I had a little click to it. Now Knebel got his work cut out for him now. You've got Jordan Luplow at the plate. He's their 3-hole hitter for a reason. Numbers wouldn't tell you that, but the Pirates really like this kid right here. They think he's a hitter.
He's got big power.
He's had 3 home runs in the big leagues this season. Knebel, a fly ball pitcher. He does not get many ground ball double plays. Luplow in his 2nd year in the big leagues. Luplow had a 23 homer season in the minor leagues last year. Big swing. He put a fastball right by him at 96.
I didn't want to risk falling behind, throwing a curveball, gave him the big fastball.
Frazier, a leadoff single. Marte hit by a pitch with 1 out. Tying run at the plate for the Pirates. And the 0-1. In there for a strike, went back to the fastball, perfectly placed, and it's 0-2. Last year, Corey Knebel with 39 saves for the Brewers. He led the National League in games pitched last year. 76 games, made his first All-Star team. And a very disappointing start to this season on the injury front. He injured his hamstring in the first homestand of the year against the Cubs. And he's been trying to play catch up ever since. Just really wasn't himself until this last stretch here in September. Not that he was pitching poorly all the time. He's been lights out this month.
Well, the mental break, I think, did him good. I mean, working on some mechanics, giving him some time to think about some things, and it's worked out. It's paid off. It's a good move by the Brewers. And we're going to need him down the stretch.
A swing and a miss. He got him on a curve. Knebel goes with that big breaking ball and picks up the 2nd out on a strikeout.
Yep, you got to hit him with fastballs. Then able to get him on a curveball, back-to-back curveballs to get him close enough to get a swing. That's a big hack with 2 strikes. He didn't pull his shoulder, pulled off of it, and no chance to make contact.
2 on for Cervelli. Got to be careful with his first pitch. Cervelli is an ambush hitter. And he gives him a curveball and perfectly placed. Not much he could do with that one.
Yep. Right,
even if he wanted to pull the trigger.
Yeah, you got to be looking fastball when the guy's throwing 97. When he throws that for strikes, that'll get you shaking your head.
Cervelli tonight 0 for 1. A walk, a sac fly, and then a fly out to center field to end the inning in the 5th. Fly ball right field. Yelich easing back with room. He's got it, and Knebel keeps it going. 7 games in the month of September since coming back. No runs. Part 2 was a double overtime thriller. Getting ready for the trilogy now. USC and Texas Saturday at 7 p.m. on Fox and on the Fox Sports app. Storied programs, those two. Brewers lead at 6-3 as we head to the Milwaukee 7th inning. Got a number of changes here for the Pirates. Brewers scoring 2 runs in the 6th inning on a bunt double by Orlando Arcia. That's right, he bunted and it hit the first base bag. And a 2-base hit for Arcia, scoring 2. So the Pirates bring on their relief pitcher from Lithuania, Dovydas Nevrauskas.
Very good. He started the season with the Pirates, got sent down in early April, got called up on September 1st. Pretty good down in the minor leagues, a 253 earned run average, 4 saves down in the minors in Indianapolis. A 9 earned run average here with the Pirates.
Adam Frazier stays in the game to play right field. Pirates stranding 2 last inning. Pirates have left 7 tonight. Here's Travis Shaw to start it. Nevrauskas is the first Lithuanian-born and raised pitcher to make it to the major leagues. Came out of the MLB International program for amateurs. Success story here. The growth of the game continues around the globe, especially in Europe, and from Lithuania to the big leagues.
Second year he's been up and down with the Pirates. Big fastball slider. He's a big dude. 6'3", 215.
Shaw takes a strike. 25 years of age. Dovydas Nevrauskas.
I was hoping you'd say that when we were introducing him. I could just do the numbers.
It helps to work in the NBA because there's a number of Lithuanian superstars in the NBA. Little flare in the left center field. That's slicing over towards Reyes. He's got it for the out. You just say it just like it looks, Rock.
Yeah.
Just like it's spelled.
Dovydas Nevrauskas. I had it.
Right. Dovydas
Nevrauskas.
You got it.
Yeah.
Never doubted you. Kind of rhymes with Arvydas Sabonis. Now, that was a great player. Here's Ryan Braun.
Who did he play for?
A lot of teams. He's a Blazer. Son's in the NBA now. Broken bat and right to Bell.
Hey, let's check out our Tavern of the Game winner.
All right.
Reef Point Resort in Germantown. If they call the Brewers by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, they get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen for next year, 2019, April or May game. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
G-Town. I'm a big fan of Germantown.
What's not to like?
Milwaukee suburb. Mike Moustakas. The Nevrauskas-Moustakas matchup.
The only thing we need back behind home plate is George Kataris.
That's right.
Where is George these days?
That is a great question.
Yeah.
You know, he once had a cycle for the Brewers.
Right.
Former Brewer catcher. As I recall, he was Randy Wolf's personal catcher.
Yeah, good work. Find it.
There's a high drive, right field, way back, and Moustakas hits one out of here. 7-3 Brewers. 3-hit game for Moustakas.
Boy, talk about tomahawk and a high fastball. My goodness. That's the way it's done.
His third home run against the Pirates this year. His third hit of the night. And the Brewers add to their lead 7-3.
Brewers doing a terrific job with the add-on runs tonight. 3 consecutive innings with runs, 4 all total. He just hit a 98-mile-an-hour fastball up in the strike zone into the second deck on a 1-2 pitch. Not bad.
26th home run of the season. Here is Eric Thames pinch hitting for the Brewers in this 7th inning. Moustakas now with 6 home runs as a Brewer, 26 on the year. Boy, the Brewers are stacking up some home runs in their lineup. Man, oh man.
Right.
Yelich with 29, Aguilar 31, Shaw with 29, Moustakas with 26, Scope has 21.
Brewers came into play third in the National League in homers. They lead the league in stolen bases. They've got 3 bags today. 3 stolen bases, 3 home runs tonight for the Brewers.
One ball, 1 strike on Eric Thames, who hit 30 last year. Thames had 31 for the season. Matter of fact, last season the Brewers had 3 hitters with 30 homers. Thames, Shaw, and Santana. First time that had been done since 1982 in franchise history. With Stormin Gorman and Ben Ogilvy and Cecil Cooper. And they've got a chance to do it in consecutive years. With Aguilar at 31, Shaw and Yelich at 29. You could see Moustakas getting there. Two balls, 2 strikes on Thames. And it goes to 3-2. Thames hitting in the pitcher spot. Pencil Knebel in for a scoreless inning. Another one. Burnes an inning and a third scoreless. And a swing and a miss. Thames strikes out. The inning is over, but not before the Moose gets loose. A 2-out, 2-strike home run by Moustakas. And the Brewers add to their lead on a big fly to deep right. 7-3 Milwaukee as we go to the 8th inning at Miller Park. They got started with a bang tonight. Christian Yelich a 2-run blast off the batter's eye. 2 batters later, Travis Shaw with a solo shot. And it was 3-0 early against Chris Archer. Maybe the play of the night in the majors. Lorenzo Cain, the Spider-Man act. Taking a certain extra base hit, maybe a homer away from Mercer. And this offensively the play of the night. How about a bunt double, scoring 2 runs in the 6th inning for Orlando Arcia. That stretched the lead to 6-3. Brewers just got a home run from Moustakas to make it 7-3. And here we go to the 8th inning with Joakim Soria on the pitch. Josh Bell late, fouls it away.
Yeah, scoreless inning on Wednesday against the Cubs in Chicago for Soria. Has been scuffing a little bit. They scoreless 7th inning at Wrigley Field. 57 appearances combined between the Brewers and the White Sox. 340 the earned run average.
The Cubs, by the way, have closed out the Reds tonight. A comeback win, a 3-run home run by Ian Happ in the bottom of the 7th inning. That erased a 2-0 Reds lead at the time, and the Cubs would go on to win that game 3-2. Most notably, the Cubs finished that game out with Jaime Garcia and Jorge De La Rosa pitching the last 2 innings with a spent bullpen.
And Pedro Strop not doing well.
Yeah, Strop is out with a tear in the hamstring, their closer. They're hoping to get Brandon Morrow back to Cubs, but who knows what he's going to be like. So getting an effort today out of Jaime Garcia and Jorge De La Rosa.
Yeah, long term, that's going to hurt the Cubs, you figure. I mean, Strop, their closer, did it running the bases.
I was in that game yesterday in extra innings. Cubs had taken the lead, so Strop was allowed to hit to stay in the game to finish the game, and ended up trying to beat out a double play and has a slight tear in his hamstring. That's going to be certainly the rest of the regular season, and if the Cubs do advance in the postseason, you can't imagine that Strop would be available until maybe the late division series round or the league championship round. Who knows? That's a big blow.
Yeah.
However, the Cubs keep winning, so the Brewers need a win to remain a game and a half back, 2 in the loss column still. Behind the Brewers are the Cardinals, and they are trailing 3-0 in the top of the 9th inning right now.
Yeah, Dodgers got it running in the 9th, right?
And as soon as you start rooting for the Dodgers, if they win tonight, you might want to start rooting for the Cardinals again. That'd be tough to do. Bell slaps one to the opposite field, a base hit. On his way to second, and he'll be in with a double. Leadoff hit for the Pirates. Now, the reason I say that is because a Dodger win tonight, they will have tied the Cardinals for the second wild card spot. Dodgers are still thinking about a divisional title as well, which would be their 6th straight.
We were just hoping that one of the two teams, now the Dodgers, you hope they don't sweep the Cardinals. Let's put it that way. Let them beat each other up a little bit, right?
That's a good way to think about it. Thanks for simplifying that for us. There's too many teams involved.
Yeah.
I don't know who to root for on a given night.
If the Brewers just take care of their own business, you don't have to worry about the other.
There you go. See, that's the ball player in you right there.
Yep. Just win.
We fans, we don't think like that. We're trying to figure out how many teams need to lose to make this thing easy.
Yeah, well, I'm with you.
The Brewers are in good shape in the wild card race as long as they keep winning, avoiding a long losing streak. But right now, the Brewers are 4 games up in the to make a postseason.
I just simplify it again. I mean, it's real easy for a Brewers fan to root against the Cubs and Cardinals.
Yeah,
that's kind of innate. Isn't
that's
it?
natural.
Not a whole lot of thinking has to go into that.
Looks like the Braves are going to win the National League East. That's been a great story in Atlanta. Phillies continue to falter, although the Phillies won tonight. And the Braves, who have won 5 in a row, are leading at home against the Nationals tonight. Atlanta jumping all over Max Scherzer tonight. Nationals kept Scherzer back a day to face Atlanta, their division rival. He did not pitch against the Cubs yesterday. Scherzer gave up 6 earned runs tonight. That's a swing and a foul tip into the mid of Pena for a strikeout.
Into the glove, bobbled it, able to handle it as long as it hits the glove first.
Out number 1 for Soria. Split change.
I didn't bobble it. Just kind of flipped that out of the glove and showed it to Nick Lentz.
Tonight's starter, Gio Gonzalez. Yoli Chacin. There's been some movement in the starting rotation concerning Chacin and Wade Miley. Brewers are starting to build towards a potential postseason start and how to line up those starting pitchers. No balls and a strike to Harrison. Sophia's got more on that story. The flip-flop of the 2 starters, Sophia. What the manager have to say?
Yeah, it was a decision that was made by Craig Counsell and announced by him actually Wednesday night after the conclusion of the Cubs series, and that's that they were flipping Yoelis Chacín and Wade Miley in the rotation. So it will be Chacín in the series finale on Sunday and then Wade Miley on Monday against the Reds. And so if you do the math and think ahead, they are lining up Yoelis Chacín for what would be the first game of the playoffs. But Craig Counsell made it very clear before the game today, this is also just as much about how the rest of the season steps up. He says, we need to be worried about the next 2 weeks, the remaining 15 games. That's where our focus and our work needs to be before we get there.
That'll take care of your plan as Harrison doubles in a run here in this 8th inning. Soria giving up an RBI double to Harrison to make it 7-4. Well, you line them up the way you want them now, and I think Miley could probably use a little bit of a breather as well, coming back from the disabled list. He's been going hard and he's been pitching well.
Well, that way you would have Chacín pitching back-to-back starts against the Pirates. I think the flip-flop has a little bit more to do with the matchups as it does for thinking down the road in the postseason. If you're Craig Counsell, you're never going to admit to that, but that's the way it lines up anyway.
Well, Soria now stepping into a little bit of trouble here after a double and an RBI from Harrison. That Moustakas home run looming large. Brewers still lead by 3, but the tying run is on deck. And the last guy the Brewers want to see come to the plate as the tying run is Adam Frazier.
Well, they have Xavier Cedeno getting loose, probably thinking that when Frazier comes to the plate, you're probably going to see Cedeno, who has been very good.
The matchup lefty, Cedeno. 2 balls, no strikes. And he got him in the air. Fly ball center field. Actually, Yelich is going to make the call. In right center. Out number 2. And here comes Frazier. Let's see if Counsell is going to let it ride with Soria. Frazier came on as a pinch hitter in the 7th. Last inning, delivered a single. And Counsell will make the move. Soria's frustrated. He has not been able to have clean innings here recently. Hasn't been able to finish innings. There's plenty of want to, but Soria will have to lead mid-inning with a man on. That's his responsibility once again. To the matchup goes Counsell. He'll bring on the lefty to face Frazier. But a runner at second base, and Craig Counsell going with his matchup left-hander, Xavier Cedeno.
Yeah, he's been terrific. Cedeno last pitched on Tuesday against the Cubs. That was at Wrigley Field. He's made 6 scoreless appearances with the Brewers. That covers 4 innings. Left-handers are 0 for 6 against Cedeno so far this year. Although he's facing Adam Frazier, who's been very good against lefties.
Yeah, Frazier, a .280 hitter against left-handed pitchers. Frazier has been tough on the Brewers. Second at bat for him. That base hit by Frazier in the 7th, last inning, the single to lead off, is his 11th hit now in his last 21 at Miller Park. 11 for his last 21, including 3 home runs and a double.
So he's due to make some outs, isn't he?
That's one way to look at it. There's a strike right over the top with a fastball, and it's 1-1. The splits are pretty even on Frazier. .285 hitter against righties, .280 against lefties. Cedeno a pickup from the White Sox. Picked him up at the end of August, right before the September call up. September 1, you have to have a player on your roster to be eligible for the postseason. Granderson and Cedeno were both acquired right before that September 1st date. That's Jeffress, the closer, with Jacob Barnes, the hard-throwing right-hander. Cedeno could make this easy on his manager by retiring Frazier and hold your best reliever till the 9th. 2-2 now.
Yes, Cedeno he's got that constant cut fastball. He's going to throw a lot of cutters. He throws a curveball every now and again, not too often, but that cut fastball is a good pitch. Particularly tough against lefties, but Frazier's a guy that just wants to put the bat on the baseball. Tough out.
Cedeno's got him in a 2-2 count. Harrison at second, and a shot, and it's clubbed by Perez. Throw to first in time. What a play. Hernan Perez. Counsell just put him in for defense, and a slick play to end the inning.
They're up 7-4 as they come to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning here. The opening of a 3-game series against the Pirates. Only 15 to go, including tonight, and we'll break it down coming up after the ball game on Brewers Live postgame presented by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. Of course, we'll hear from Craig Counsell. Sophia will be on the field with postgame interviews as well, and we'll get you set for Game 2 of this series coming up tomorrow night as Craig Counsell knows his crew not through it just yet. Getting close, though, B.A.
All right, Craig, thank you. And here we go to the bottom of the 8th with Manny Pena leading off. Wow, threw it behind his back.
What do you got on that?
No, Santana just fired one right behind Manny Pena. No idea what that's all about. Pena having a conversation here with Cervelli. Well, this next pitch should be interesting.
Looking in the Brewers dugout, Craig Counsell looking at Nick Lentz saying, you know, what are you going to do?
Trying to go through the mental Rolodex here and remember anything that might have happened in this game. I cannot.
Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. Just one got away from him.
Okay.
Although Starling Marte did get hit by a pitch in this game. Hit in the elbow.
Down a 2-strike pitch. Pena takes a strike, and it's 2-1 now. Edgar Santana on the mound for the Pirates.
Yeah, rookie. He's piled up the appearances this year.
Hard hit ball right to second base. Harrison's got it. And out number 1.
Hey, the Brewers host the Pirates this Sunday, and the first 20,000 fans in attendance will take home a limited edition Brewers crew neck sweatshirt courtesy of Hupy and Abraham. To book your seats, go to brewers.com/tickets. That'll come in handy real soon.
That touch of fall in the air. Brewers are hoping to be playing fall baseball this year. That looks like playoff attire to me. Huh?
Yeah.
Here's Arcia now. Yeah, what a game he's had. Didn't start this one, but he's made an impact. 2 for 2, a bunt double, driving in 2 runs last inning.
2 RBIs and a run scored.
Stolen base. Third plate appearance for Arcia. Pirates will have the top of their order in the 9th inning. Reyes, Marte, Luplo. And a swing and a miss by Arcia. 1-2 the count. Jeremy Jeffress getting loose. Off the glove of Mercer and into left field. Third hit of the night for Orlando Arcia.
Yeah, good for him. He needed some success, didn't he? Infield hit, a bunt double, and now a ball off the glove of Jordy Mercer into left field. One-handed swing. It was a slider. Reaches out and pokes it into left.
3 for 3 tonight for Arcia. A man on with 1 away. Back to the top of the order now, and Lorenzo Cain. Brewers looking to add on here in this 8th.
Done a good job of that tonight. Those add-on runs so important. They've been able to do it lately. Big time in Wrigley Field on Wednesday in the 9th inning.
Brewers have hit 3 home runs tonight. Moustakas, Shaw, and Yelich. Cain pulls one foul. Kane 1 out of 3. He's made a great catch up against a wall in deep right center. Second in the league in hitting, behind Scooter Gennett, starting play tonight.
Yeah, 1 for 3 tonight. That's going to go up from where he started the day.
Scooter Gennett was 1 for 4 tonight. He's still at 320. Right now Kane 314. Most impressively an on-base percentage of .404. Second in the league behind Joey Votto. It is a career best for Lorenzo Kane. Has a hit, a walk, and a steal tonight. Scored a run. Kane up the middle. Mercer there. And a 6-3 double play to end the inning. So the Brewers lead by 3. We go to the 9th inning. Save situation for Jeremy Jeffress. Brewers trying to close out the Pirates on a Friday night in Milwaukee. Three home runs tonight for the Brew Crew, and in front of a crowd just shy of 40,000 on a Friday night. Brewers Pirates. Jeremy Jeffress on the mound trying to nail down the save. It would be his 12th in his 69th appearance of the season.
Yeah, through his last 4 appearances have ended up in saves. He finished the game at Wrigley Field against the Cubs on Wednesday, but that was a 4-run lead. Tossed a perfect 9th inning in that game. That included a strikeout.
And a low opponent batting average of 189. Jeffress with his arsenal of pitches, 3 of them. Fastball, split change, and the curve. He's been great. The Brewers have 3 pitchers in double digits in saves. And Jeffress has assumed the closer's duties at this point. Pablo Reyes leads away. Been a tough out tonight. Brewers finally retired him in the 7th. was Corey Knebel, who pitched a scoreless 7th inning. Reyes hit his first major league home run of the 5th. And there's a strike. 1-2 the count.
And that fastball with good life. Got some good sink to it as it gets to home plate.
One ball, 2 strikes. Jeffress deals, and did he go? He did not. Checks his swing. First base umpire Trick Gibson evens the count at 2-2.
Boy, this was close. A good call. Didn't go.
A lot of movement in that swing.
Well,
big leg kick. He's been hitting for the Pirates, the rookie. September call up. Making a 2nd consecutive start. Well, he went that time. Jeffress wipes him out with a breaking ball. Out number 1 here in the 9th inning.
Yeah, fastballs early to get ahead and finishes him off with a couple of curveballs. He's able to check his swing on the first one, but not this time. Big out, get that leadoff hitter out.
Pitching with a 3-run lead. Now we'll face Marte. Pirates have the pitcher spot coming up next. Colin Moran has already moved on deck. Marte tonight was hit by a pitch, a 2-strike pitch in the 7th. Jonathan Scope made a great play on him in the hole in the 5th inning. That was an out that went to review, went to a challenge. Brewers have gotten some sparkling defense tonight. Scope and Shaw and Perez around the infield. A great catch by Lorenzo Cain, the best of them all. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-2.
He's been staying away from that split change for a while now. He's been getting basically fastball, curveball. The split change has been a really good pitch for him. This might be a time he might break it out. 1-2 count, maybe get it in the dirt. See if he'll chase it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out in the 9th. Here it comes, and a swing and a miss. Punched him out with a high fastball. Out number 2 for Jeremy Jeffress. Back-to-back strikeouts. Get ready to do it tomorrow night. Brewers, Pirates, 5:30 airtime on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Our Miller Lite What's on Tap. Ivan Nova against Zach Davies. 3rd start for Davies coming back from the disabled list. Brewers have won 7 consecutive series. Trying to win the opener of this series against the Pirates. 2 outs. Colin Moran, the pinch hitter. The Dodgers closed out the Cardinals tonight. They shut them out on a 2-hitter. 3-0 Los Angeles. Cubs beat the Reds 3-2. Brewers can create more distance against the Cardinals and keep pace with the Cubs with a win tonight with 1 more out. Dodgers have tied the Cardinals now in the wild card race. Ball and no strikes on Moran. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
There's a split change right there.
Great look at the grip and release. That has been a pitch that has resurrected Jeremy Jeffress' career. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1. In there. Curveball for a strike.
And he's throwing all three to him.
Well, Jeremy has a strikeout on a curve. He's got a strikeout on a fastball.
After Corbin Burnes, you've seen 3 different pitches being thrown for strikes.
Let's see what the closer has in mind. Brewers a strike away from win number 85. Here it comes. Fastball miss low. 3-2 now. Full count with 2 away. And that one just missed. Took a fastball, barely down and in. Moran draws the walk, and the Pirates are still alive here in the 9th inning.
That pitch didn't miss by much. Well, these guys take some awfully close pitches.
Playing the odds, they don't get rung up.
Yeah.
But look where this one crosses.
Yeah,
Man.
right? Yeah, good eye. He wasn't sure as he walks to first base.
All right, so Jeffress with a man on now. Here is Francisco Cervelli. There's a strike. The runner Moran takes second base. They're not holding him on. Doesn't mean a thing to Jeffress.
I want to make sure they're on the same page on signs. Man at second base. What you don't want to do is have to deal with the guy on deck. This is the guy you need right here.
And Josh Bell, who is on deck, gets to the plate. He'll represent the tying run. Pena might have changed up the signs there with a runner at second. No balls and a strike. And Cervelli, a bouncing ball to Moustakas. Nice easy hop. And that's your ball game. The Brewers win. 7-4 the final. Jeffress with the save. Corbin Burnes gets the win. The rookie is 5-0. Jeffress with save number 12. And Rock, the Brewers pound 3 home runs and are 22 games over 500.
Boy, how money has this bullpen been? I mean, another short start, back-to-back games with a short start for the Brewers, but bullpen able to eat up some innings, and it's all about the add-on runs tonight for the Brewers, doing a good job. Take it from a 1-run lead to a 4-run lead at one point. Good job tonight.
3 home runs, Yelich, Shaw, and Moustakas. And a great play by Lorenzo Cain in center field. Craig Kashawn will show it all to you. It's coming up on Brewers Live. Take it away, Craig.
Yes, we've got it all for sure. All lined up over the next half hour here in our Brewers Live postgame. We're also going to hear from Craig Counsell. Sophia standing by with interviews as well. The Brewers continue their roll towards the division title. We'll show you where the Cubs stand as well. Stay with us for Brewers Live.